Alright, let's see if I get this stuff all working. I see you guys calling me out early for my likely failures. Let's see, let's check on, I don't think I've had to mess with the, yeah, I haven't had to mess with the subtitles in a while because I finally finished recording all of the voice actor footage. Now we're just assembling it all. But as far as recording, I am 100% gonna forget that. No, we might just, as soon as I get in the game, I might just go ahead and hit record and we'll just eat the small amount of hard drive space that it takes up here. Hello folks, please let me know if you guys can hear me, because I am never certain if I have my audio set up correctly. Let's see, where the hell was I? End of session, there we go. Alright, people can hear me, fantastic. You guys can probably hear my actual voice today. I don't think the nasaliness is finally gone. It just took a couple of weeks there. My poor wife though, she is now running the course on that, whatever the hell virus I had there. I know it wasn't COVID. I had a bunch of those tests throughout it, but yeah, just good old-fashioned cold still exists, so we gotta remember that. But my wife's suffering through it, so you guys might hear like a slight fuzzing sound in the background. That's the baby monitor on, in case I gotta run and take care of the kids. So hopefully, I think that's what happened on week 1 of my stream. I think like 10 minutes into it, I think one of my kids got sick and I had to leave dead air for a little while. So that may happen again. We'll see. Alright, so as usual, I'm just going to kind of dink around until 9 o'clock here, kind of figure out what I'm going to be doing and see if there's anything I want to do off camera. Well, off camera, air quotes. Let's see. Okay, so we're up to picking up the pieces. We've got this one. What else we got going on here? Join the Thompsons at their house. Yeah, we could do that. See if it's working again today, because it was not working last time I was on here. And I have not done any bug fixes with it. What else did I want to do?
She appreciates your help, by the way, even if she doesn't express it in normal ways. What's up?
That was interesting. What were you talking about? All right, let's see here. I had in my head I was gonna go do something with another settlement. Let me see what my settlements I have, just to get the ball rolling on another one, so that I could. Oh, I know what it was. I was gonna go to Sunshine and make sure they have a caravan set up so that they have shared resources. I don't think I ever did that, and you end up needing that in one of the main quests later. So let's go do that while we're waiting for 9 o'clock to roll around. Some solid weather. Thank you, Fallout. Alright, what's our situation here? Well, first we're fixing this weather, because I can't see a damn thing. 2B52A. Here we go. Now, question is, where do we put municipal plots in this place? I feel like we always do a 2x2 just because we want the Brahmin and the interiors don't have it.
Adam guards our souls from darkness.
Here she is. Alright. So this is already set to caravan services. No other caravan services, right? Oh, excuse me. Let's cancel. View details. Yep. Is anyone assigned to this? No. Okay. Let's see, that's probably Hubert. Yep. Hubert, you shouldn't be assigned to anything. First of all, you're supposed to be the leader. But since that appears to be a long-standing bug in the mod, we'll just take advantage of it. You can be leader slash caravan services guy. That works for me. Alright, now it should ask me to build it. And I should have if they don't have the resource here, I should have them in my inventory. Doesn't cost much. You guys are just stone broke around here. Oh no, that's saying they don't have anything, and I must not either. Okay, let's get them some resources. Go find some junk we can scrap. Alright, and I'm gonna just go ahead and start recording now, because I know I'm gonna forget if I wait any longer. So start recording it is. I am doing good, thanks, Carvac. No, you haven't missed anything. I wait to start anything serious until 9 o'clock, which is my actual scheduled stream start. So right now I'm just kind of doing some off-camera prep work, doing some stuff I forgot in settlements. I've been kind of avoiding doing settlement stuff a ton during gameplay, except last week I actually ended up doing a bunch of city plans, but for the most part I tend to avoid doing all this just because it can be a lot of just wandering around thinking as opposed to actual gameplay. So it doesn't, to me, it never makes great streaming content. I am not outside the buildable area, you dumb game. Let's see. Oh, do you guys just have, did everything get scrapped in the build? That's what it seems like. Yeah, I guess I can give him this bed. There you go. Have a little bit of scrap. How about that chair? Is that fair game? Well, if it's part of the plot, it's gone now. Alright, good thing we got this Children of Adam on our guard duty. There you go. Take out those super mutants for us. Oh, did some... Oh, you killed the COA. Okay, well... Oh man, I'm holding my own today. I deserve to die for getting cocky there. Good work. Good work, dog meat. Oh, there's little Cola. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. I want to pet you.
I'm running low on food.
Hey, the pet's working, although the camera is awful. We got a nice shot inside my character's,
Excuse me.
what do you, let me see if I got any stuff for you.
Could really use anything you have to spare.
Do I think I have subtitles on, right?
Sure. Here you go.
Let's see, did I actually have dog food?
Much obliged. This'll do nicely. Say thank you, little cola.
I don't think I actually had any dog food. I think he just gave me credit for it. So that might just be, we might not actually have a check in it. That'd be kind of funny and stupid. All right, let me double check real quick that I do have, because now you got me. So even though I just watched Old Paul do it, I'm still like, do I have it on? Yes, I have subtitles on. Okay, cool. Let's see. So yes, now I'm recording. I've got subtitles on 100%. Mr. Hi, still catching up on your talk with Cynical, but I've been loving these streams. Thanks. Yeah, I'm having fun doing it. It's kind of scratching the itch I had for doing the old Let's Play series and the podcast now, which is nice, because those are two things I really miss doing, but I just didn't have the time to do them. But doing a stream like this is way less pressure. I don't have to do nearly as much planning. And yeah, so I'm getting to do both without the extreme commitment the way I used to do it required, which is good. So it's probably not as entertaining as those other ones were, but maybe we'll get back to those one day. I can only plan on what the time I've got available right now. All right, we are desperately trying to find some wood and steel right now so I can pay for this caravan services. I bet I can just go, if there's like a regular workbench, I can just go scrap some junk. Hey, what? Get out of here with that. All right, let's see. No, I don't want to do that. I want to pull out my weapon. There we go. And then we want to just do that. There we go. That feels better. Oh, let's see here. Jim Simon, don't you have a place anywhere you can turn off the outside works? Oh, yeah, you're right. I can't remember. What hotkey is that? Is that F5, F8? Which one is it? Anybody remember? Let's see here. Not crazy. In order to ensure full map coverage with settlements, would you put a comma plot on? Couldn't find any answer in the forums. A comma plot. You mean like the communications plot? Is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Are you talking about the, if that's what you're talking about, no, you shouldn't need one everywhere. It's kind of hard to know where to get full coverage because we don't have any way to visualize it currently other than the Nuka World stuff. This is another thing I'm not happy with. I don't know why that happened because those are linked together. Anyway, if you're talking about communications, no, you wouldn't need them every settlement, but if you're struggling to get the full coverage you want for your beacons, then that's the way you can guarantee it. We have somebody on our team is working on trying to figure out how we can do like some flash maps with circular overlays to show you guys distances. I have no idea if we're gonna be able to pull it off, but we have someone looking into it because it would be one of those like dream features for the mod before we call it complete. Like, you know, there's so many things I would love to add, and not everything's going to make it in, but some of the user interface features that we're in desperate need of, especially, you know, if you think about this mod years later when there's not as big a active community around it. It'd be nice to have the in-game interfaces be fully functional so that people aren't relying on tribal knowledge that they can't get because the tribe has moved on to other games. So I think like a lot of that kind of stuff is going to be really important for our future. Let's see here. Carvak, who is the guest today? It'll be Neeher. He'll be, well, assuming he's awake and remembered today. I assume he will. I have no reason to doubt him. I'm just poking fun. But yeah, should be Neeher. F5. Okay, cool. I should just turn that on, shouldn't I? Since I keep wandering out of the border. All right, I think I'm going to give up on this trying to find stuff. We've got 5 minutes left before we get into proper streaming. So I guess we will go mess with these gunners here and steal their loot. And then maybe I'll have some stuff I can scrap. Although I guess I don't really have any way to scrap though, do I? Because I need a weapon workbench or a armor workbench, and I don't think I have either here. And I also don't have local leader rank 2 because I've been taking my survival perks so that I will not drop dead. All right, we'll go try building again. Maybe I just happen to pick up the stuff from the super mutants or something. Let's see here. Start construction. Yep, I did have it. Okay, just for whatever reason didn't take it out of my inventory when I assigned somebody. I probably just had to hit start construction. Easy as can be. Yeah, you can see it just took a few random things out of my inventory. No big deal. Yeah, Mr. I think if we can figure out how to do like a radial map with stuff, we would just load it with stuff. It would just be like I'd imagine something like your Pip-Boy map, but imagine it like full screen and, you know, some method to like toggle on different radial options where you could see, you know, the different networks. Because we have, in our system, we've got the caravan network, communications network, and power transfer network. And we're going to be adding in, and then we have economic influence. And then in chapter 3, we're going to be adding in 2 more, maybe 3 more even, networks into the system. So there's like so much data that we're offering. It's not stuff like that everybody has to care about. It's just like little benefits. And for those of you guys who really like planning or just data visualization, it would just be really fun. So yeah, I would love to have that. I hope we can pull it off. Let's see. Spawn one of every shipment. All right, thanks, Canuck. Yeah, I forgot about I could just spawn stuff into my inventory. I was just thinking about... oh, and there's a weapon workbench. Beautiful. Let's
I want to trade a few things.
Nope, I did not didn't want to do that. There we go. Let's scrap some stuff. This time can't be scrapped. That's right. What do we have here? Oh, and here I'm gonna do this while I'm in here. I had meant to do this on stream and I forgot. Is that you can actually not saying I can barrel change the lens and we can get a cooler lens on here. Let's see if I got enough resources for that. Apparently it costs nothing. I don't know why I didn't put resource costs. That's just an accident. It should have resource costs to it, but apparently you can upgrade your camera for free. We'll do that then. That's weird. I don't know why I didn't put in costs for that. Just an oversight. I'll probably just won't ever fix it because I don't feel like anyone's going to get too upset about getting free stuff. Let's see. Where is my camera? I don't actually need it for anything. I just like it. I especially like it after we pulled it on Aiden. That was too fun. So now let's show you guys once you get the fancy lens, look at this. You can hold your breath too for that perfect shot. There we go. Now we're on the caravan network. All right, let's see if those supplies update. And let's go over here and... No, I don't want that. I want the city planner's desk. I want to craft some more film while I'm at it because I should start collecting photos of all of our fancy outfits. Why not? Where did you guys... Oh, yeah, that's right. I hit it over in this little building here. Okay, caravan's still not updating. I think we had this problem last episode, too. I was trying to get it to show up, and then it was like after you leave and come back, then it updates, which is just like a little quirk in our HUD I got to fix. Nope, I don't want that. I want tools. 35mm film. I really need to add this film to the chemistry bench too, because like it makes way more sense at the chemistry bench. I just prefer our stuff all in one place as well to make sure that you guys can find anything SS2 related at the city planner's desk. How much film did that actually make? Oh, all right, I got 30 shots. That's quite a bit, especially if I can actually connect. All right, what do we want? We want our sniper rifle. All right, let's head back to Concord because... Actually, I guess we don't need to. We can, because we're going to go to do this and then hopefully snag one of these on our way. All right, so I guess we'll make this daylight and then we'll get ready for my opening spiel. So everybody understands how this stream works. All right, set game mode to 11. Set the weather nicely. Oh, cool. And we got a Caleb update by skipping time. I like it. Okay. All right, let's grab a couple more questions before we go here. Jim Simon, where do you get the camera that copies the outfit? That comes from Dylan. He's a character who shows up in Concord after you start doing the quest lines in Concord. Mr. Hospital Range. Yeah, that's another network. I forgot we got the Hospital Network too. And the Cemetery Network. We have so many networks in this mod. We just like absolutely need some sort of map system to display them. Not crazy. Also working on basic city plans to port over for console players. As far as entity loading lag, would say 4 foundations be more or less is the same as a 2x2 plot foundation. Not sure what you mean by that, but all right, guys, welcome to the stream. For those of you guys who are new to this, I just want to mention a few things about it. First off, if you would prefer a like tight version of this playthrough where you just see me focused on gameplay and not me rambling and getting lost and just talking about whatever, then we do a Monday cut of it. It's always going to be 3 or 4 weeks behind, especially because I forgot to post one last week, so we're even further behind. But there is a slimmed down version of these streams available a few weeks after I post these. We post those on Mondays. Next thing to know is I struggle to focus on chat and the game simultaneously. So basically what I'll end up doing is I'm going to play for about an hour and a half where I mostly ignore chat with one exception. And then after that, 10:30, I'm going to bring on a guest, and then we're going to just hang out and just talk to chat. So then we'll just be engaged with you guys completely. If you want to get my attention after that point, after 10:30, which around 10:30, it might be plus or minus 10 minutes, then just make sure you do an @KingGath in your messages in the chat so I can actually see them and I know you want my attention. And then if you want to get my attention beforehand, obviously there's Super Chat. Now, I want to let you guys know about the funding we get from that. None of us keep it. This is not lining my pocket. It is not doing anything to enhance my day-to-day life. All it's doing is getting put into the pool we use to pay for things for the mods. So like we recently put together some big bounties to take care of some bug fixes we had no idea how to deal with on the team. We've bought equipment with it in the past that we needed to pull off some better stuff in the mod. We've paid for asset rights. We pay for like music rights to our trailers. Like there's just all sorts of stuff that comes up when building this mod and trying to manage the community. Monthly server costs for all the things, like all that. That's what all that money goes to. So if you want to help out the team and get your message read and to kind of jump the queue and get my attention, Super Chats are a way to go. We're not depending on them though. It's just a nice little bonus. So we appreciate it if you guys do that. But no, I'm not expecting it or need it in any way, shape, or form. All right, so for those of you guys who haven't been keeping up, basically we are playing through Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. We're just about done with Chapter 1, and what I was trying to do is go through some of the Chapter 2 content simultaneously with Chapter 1, so I've played through a lot of the Concord quests. In fact, we just got another one to pop that I'm going to go start, and then we've also been, I've been hoping to get the... what do you call it? The CPD and Nightingales to fire, but they have not yet. So that I might be doing that simultaneously with the Chapter 2 main quest line. But at this point, I'm just about done with all the Concord stuff. So I'm gonna probably start up the Chapter 2 main quest line very soon. So spoiler alerts for those of you guys who haven't had a chance to play through it yet. We're gonna get into that stuff very soon. Maybe not this week. Maybe not tonight because. We might. We'll see. Because it takes a little while to do picking up the pieces, which is the quest I'm on in Chapter 1. You got to do a lot of running around, and I don't have a ton of map markers picked up down in that part of the map yet. So let's start off with going to see Mr. Caleb again, because that's the other way, is Caleb actually doing his quest line leads you to the CPD as well. So you can shortcut it by having 30 residential plots, which I'm getting close to, I think, but I just don't have enough people yet. I don't have enough settlers. Otherwise, doing Caleb's quest kind of shortcuts that, and that's probably how we're going to end up getting that quest line rolling. So let's go see Mr. Caleb in here. What do you got for us?
All right. I've managed.
Oh, I got to turn up the volume on this. I think I've got the... Yeah, I turned the game volume way down. All right, let me know, guys, after he starts talking again, if this volume is good for...
To decipher the whereabouts of the next monkey link in this chain. His real name is Kelly Carlson, but he goes by the imaginative handle of Knife Point. Real knuckle dragger that I'm sure no one will shed a tear over. You ready to tackle this one?
Let's go.
If you expect me to work for you, I'm gonna need more information than that.
This guy's another one of Bombface's low-level organizers. He's one of Boris's known associates. According to my source, he should have some dirt on him that we can use to figure out who the higher-ups are. I'll send Knifey Boy's last known coordinates to your Pippa-thingy. and will eagerly await your return.
All right, let's go find Knife Point. Where is he at? Way down here. Hey, I happen to have I don't know why I have University Point. Oh, I think that's where the other one of Brannigan's guys was. Oh, and we can take care of one of the beacons while we're down there too. How close are we to Alyssa's? Because I wanted to do hers too. Well, that's glowing. See, we're not going to do that anytime soon. Where's Alyssa's? I'm pretty sure it's down here somewhere. Beacon, Knife Point. Alright, I guess... Oh, there it is, right up there. I guess we could kind of knock out both there. I guess hers isn't really super close to that. So, alright, we're going to go to University Point, though. I want to do Knife Point here. So, off we go. Patriot of the West, thank you for the donation. Plans to natively expand settlements a la Concord. We are not going to do that again, I don't think, because it took a colossal effort, and it distracted the team from stuff we could have been doing for to enhance the main quest more. So I don't see us doing that again. But we have, you know, all the code we've done and everything is set up in a way that other people can tap into it, so people can look at what we did with Concord and kind of repeat that thing. And I know at least one person who's looking into adding some stuff similar to that depth. So yeah, no plans on our team to do that again. We originally wanted to. We had a couple of locations in mind we were going to do it too, but we just realized with our focus now on Chapter 3 now in pre-production, there's just so much we're doing with Chapter 3. We need to keep kind of everybody focused on that stuff as opposed to the little side projects. It was really cool to do Concord. I'm glad we did it because it kind of sets the stage for like, hey, this is what the game could be like. Which is kind of what I always set out to do with the systems I had in SS, is just like, hey, this is like kind of what we could do with this code. Like with when we first launched, or when I first launched Sim Settlements 1, there was only like one building plan for each plot type, and it was like, yeah, this is, you know, this could be the way building works. We're going to need a lot of help fleshing out the building plans. Unfortunately, a lot of people got excited about it too, and joined in on making add-on packs. And so, kind of the same thing. Concord represents, you know, hey, anybody who's interested in creating content, we could do this and have this kind of feel. All right, am I supposed to just? Yeah, I'm just gonna murder him. I don't see. Let's see the quest objectives. Was there anything that implied I should do anything else? It just says find him. Well, I'm a sniper, so bye-bye, Mr. Knife Point. Usually, if they want us to talk to him, they'll go into a killed Knife Point. Okay, done. Yeah, I probably butchered the objective. Yeah, the objective's gonna get stuck now, but at least it said return to Caleb, so that's good. One of the things we have a common issue with in our quests is we usually code them super linearly. So like we just don't necessarily assume that people are gonna just murder all of our characters from afar. So they can cause little quirks sometimes. We've been trying to patch them in slowly to get it to the point where when you do that, it's not the end of the world. Like the objective will get stuck until you complete the quest, but otherwise it's fine. Hopefully that one turns out to be that way, and I'm not going to have an issue. All right, I better double check. I don't want to drop to my death. No idea if that's a high enough killing height. What's my stim pack? Oh yeah, we got plenty. How about this height? Yeah, I can drop from there. There we go. All right, and now we're gonna I'm gonna turn off that map marker for a second. It's gonna drive me nuts. Nope. That's the button I want. I'm getting, man. Ever since I got a Nintendo Switch, I can't get my Xbox buttons all screwed up. It's driving me insane. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna go do this one, and then we'll slide up and do the schematics for that. Perfect. Out of breath. Out of breath. Out of breath. That was a weird whistling sound. And I like being able to do this again in 76. They made me stop doing it because it would cost me AP to do it, to just spam VATS. Make sure. Oh yeah, here's old Craig's cage. It's still there. I'm used to just spamming VATS. Ooh, some dog food for a little cola. Although I think currently you just get credit for it whether or not you got it. You just got to be willing to push that button and say, here you go. Okay, alright. Probably in the... Yeah, this field, right? I think there's gunners in here. Actually, yep. I was gonna say, I vaguely remember killing them recently, but it was probably in a... when I was doing a test playthrough for something. Alright.
If you are in distress, please proceed to the South Boston Military Checkpoint Parade. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook.
Wow, that's loud. Alright, I heard a gunner. Say what?
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house in case enemy invade, and is currently stocked
Where are you?
with food, water, and ammunition.
Come on out, Mr. Gunners.
This safe house is for military personnel only. Citizens, including non-military family members, will be turned away for matters of national
No, I don't need any more power armor. Thank you. Huh. And they must be in here.
This message will repeat.
Wow, is that loud? Huh? Oh, there they are. Hey, buddy.
Lock and load!
Oh, jeez. Get him, dog meat. Hold him down.
Last mistake!
Won't be my last, but there it is. Thank you, dog meat.
This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers. Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie Niner are in effect.
Take him out.
Ah, there they are.
If you are in distress, please proceed to the South Boston Military Checkpoint Parade. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook.
Nope. Peril is not good cover. Oh, God.
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house in case of enemy invasion, and is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition.
Nice work, dog meat. I was getting wrecked there.
This safe house is for military
Alright, let's try
personnel
that again.
only. Citizens, including non-military family members, will be turned away for matters of national security.
Okay, let's drop our scanner and get out of here before I go deaf. Alright,
This
miscellaneous.
message will repeat.
Drop. Let this thing scan. What's off for me? What do we got here? Gotta get those battered clipboards.
This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers.
There we
Emergency
go.
protocols 17 Echo Charlie Niner are in effect.
Okay, there we go.
If
So
you
we've
are in
got.
distress, please proceed to the South Boston Military
Alright, we can
Checkpoint
finally
Parade.
leave.
Coordinates are available in your
Show our
emergency
map.
handbook.
Let's just teleport because I've had enough of that. But yeah, if you did that quest and were wondering why things were green, that is, you can actually use that ASM sensor scanner. You can just use that without the quest. You can just drop that anytime. I think during the quest it only works at those locations, but then after the quest is over, the thing just works as a loot scanner if you want it to. I believe it even actually has an additional feature. I think after the quest, oh god. I think after the quest is over, if I remember correctly, it will print you a report of what kind of stuff you can expect the settlers to bring back. So it'll like give you a report of like, you can expect steel and this and that. So you get an idea of what you're going to get before you commit your caravan team to using a location. Good work, dog meat. Alright. Everybody else up on the roof, we can ignore them. Sounds good. Make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Yep. Alright. Take gunners. I still can't believe I was able to play this game on Xbox successfully all the way through. My first playthrough did the whole thing on Xbox, and like, I'm having nightmare flashbacks of the load times and the FPS in downtown. This feels better for
Going up.
Hello, Mr. Protectron. Yep, you are angry. Nope.
Unidentified intruder detected.
Here you go. That's for you. come on. Oh, that did nothing. That wasn't good. Yeah. No. Back the other way. Oh, you got me. You got me. Oh, my week is Riley Fisk. My week has been terrible. My plans for Disney have been canceled. Oh, that's the worst. I'm a huge Disney World fan. Love that place. I can't wait to take my kids again. Let's see. I always love watching you play and explain the technical aspects of the mod, which I understand more. Let's see. Of which I understand more than I knew. I'm not understanding that bit, but I think I get your point. Yeah, that's part of the reason I did this. I figured there was definitely some stuff that never got documented on the wiki, or a lot of people just don't have time to go read the wiki, which I get. So sometimes hearing somebody just show it to you on a stream is good. And I'm sure there's a lot of secrets where I'm literally the only person who knows them, because like I had a conversation with a couple people on our Discord recently where I started digging into the code to find out what parts of the mod luck benefits, because I was like, I think I did put something with luck, because the rumor was that luck didn't matter to settlers, and then like we dug in and found out, oh yeah, it does affect a couple of things. And while we're on this subject, yes, I should tell everybody that. So if you're looking for what settlers need luck, your caravan workers, they use luck to help determine the chance of a discovery. So if you haven't seen the discoveries yet, hopefully I'll demo that a little later, but luck can impact that. And then luck also increases, I believe we determined, if your leader has high luck, it increases the chance that new settlers who show up, the generic settlers, not the named ones, the generic settlers will have a higher pool, like stat point pool. So the way the stats work with our settlers, or with just any vanilla settlers, is we give each settler like 8 points or 10 points or something to distribute among various stat points. And if you roll luckily, like if your leader has, if your settlement leader has a lucky roll, then I'm not going to do a hack. You will get somebody with like a 15-point pool instead, so they'll show up with like slightly higher stats. And luck has an impact on that. So there are 2 points where luck has a thing, and no one would have known that except somebody with access to the code, because it's not documented anywhere. It's one of those things where if we had perfect UI, we were talking about this before the official stream got started, about how we want to add some map stuff to the HUD, is that if we had you know, more powerful HUD capabilities in the game, we would be putting a lot more of that information available to you guys. Let's see. Kenneth, you should have grabbed that combat rifle off the gunner commander. Semi-auto, more rounds, 27. Oh, I guess I should have. Oh well. I will keep an eye out for combat rifles in the future. I'm just so used to using my sniper rifle, and then, I don't know, I like, whenever I get a 2-shot gun, I get excited. So I had that 2-shot double barrel. I'm like, oh, that's all I need for close combat. But yeah, you're right, a combat rifle would have been smarter. Excuse me. Sorry if this keeps getting brought up, but do you know what the issue is with some players not being able to speak to admin? I have no idea. I've never been able to replicate that. That's going to be one of those ones where when I get to it, because it's been reported on our confirmed bug issues list, that when I get to it, I'll start asking people for save files, because I can't get that to happen. Every time I go mess with admin, everything works great. Alright, so now we can go back to Concord, and I've got 3 quests to turn in. We can talk to Alyssa. Actually, she's closer to Red Rocket, so we'll go there. Alyssa, Caleb, and Jake. Oh yeah, I was just going to say, I could have built some residential plots at Red Rocket to get our number closer to 30, but then we're just asking for the Triangle of Death to take us out. Let's not do that. Good news for any of you guys who have been crashing in Concord, or when you teleport fast travel here, we found out yesterday, I think Prague sent it to me yesterday or the day before, that we were indeed breaking some pre-combines here, and I have that fixed for Friday's patch, so that will be resolved.
One of those. What's the story?
Hey,
Hi.
Oh, hey. How did it go with the schematics guarded by crazy killer robots?
Wasn't bad at all, except for the time it killed me, but that didn't really happen in this timeline.
That was interesting.
I know, right? imagine working in a building with huge
Oscar, can I still complete the main SS2 story without being able to speak to Edmund? Absolutely. Edmund has no bearing on the main quest line. It's all side quest content.
Start building this baby. Oh, I'm so excited right now. Thank you so much. I'll let you know once the press is up and running.
Okay, there we go. One quest down. So now she's going to end up building a newspaper press. No, I don't need you. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we already did the Brannigan quest, so we're done there. Although, let's go take a peek in his yard and see if he's got some more Brahmin now. Because it's supposed to be set up so that every couple of days, his little backyard gets enhanced for a bit. And I think that involves some more Brahmin appearing, but it doesn't look like it's triggered yet. Let me check with him, see if he's got any more updates for me. What do you think, buddy?
Howdy.
Nope, just generic hellos. But yeah, I think if you keep coming back there, eventually he's got a bunch of Brahmin back there. I don't remember how many it ends up with. I know it's not a ton because we didn't want to just ruin people's days with too many NPCs out here, because that can cause a lot of load on the system. All right, let's go talk to Jake here. He'll give us number 2. Shortwind, you talk about pre-combines all the time. What does that mean? So in order for games not to just melt every system, including NASA PCs, they can't have their worlds made of individual objects. Like, that's something, there's a reason that only games like Minecraft are like that, because it's very, very intense on hardware, so you can only do it with real simple objects. But these levels that you're looking at, like this world that I'm in right around here, like, this isn't just one continuous model someone makes. Like, this little bit of asphalt here, that's one model. This sidewalk curb, like this section right here, from here to here, that's another little model. This light post is a model. All those are individual models, and then they get merged together into something called a pre-combine, so that the game only has to track one thing as opposed to everything. And when you break those pre-combines, it makes it so that each of these objects becomes its own game object again, and then you can just have massive system performance issues. And you can have like things where there's areas where you can fall through the world, you can have nav mesh issues, you can have crashing. It's really bad to have broken pre-combines. Not a good thing at all. Alright, where is Jake? I'm guessing upstairs, because he seems to just be really drawn to this chem bench all the time.
I cleared out that spot you sent me to and set up a radio beacon there.
Great work. Malice set off as soon as you activated the beacon. By now, she should already be stripping the place down. Huh. You know, after we're done getting what we need for the
I never noticed that people, they do a taste test of the chemical when
they're
there
are other
mixing.
useful
That's really
materials. But let's worry about that later. For now, you ready for the next locator beacon?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Great. Here's the second beacon. Good luck.
So this is one of those quests where we went back and forth, I think, a lot about how to set this one up, because this pattern we're doing, I actually find pretty irritating in games where they make you keep coming back to an NPC to go do the same thing again. It's like, well, why not just give me them all, and I'll just do it all at once and then come back to you. And we actually did this for a very particular reason. We wanted to get the player comfortable feeling like they were watching a pattern play out. So it was, you do it once, then you go do it twice, and the exact same thing happens. So then you're going to assume the third time is going to be the same thing, and then so then when Jake's gone, it's actually a surprise. So that was the only reason we did that. Otherwise, you know, all of you guys wondering, like, why couldn't I just do them all at once? I'm with you.
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
Oh, that feels so good to see the Conquered Settlers working. I love it. I love it. And if you've never had this happen yet, this happens when you have excess food, water, and power in your settlements that are nearby Conquered, and you have a caravan. They're in a caravan services network, so that just means that any 2 settlements, including that one, are both have caravan services. They will create, you know, the supply line link, but it specifically has to do with the Sim Settlements caravan services plots. And then basically they will share their excess resources with Conquered, and people start moving in. And like, there's some people living in that house right over there. Hey, Caleb.
Excuse me.
How was the knife jump? Get anything useful?
Maybe I found out something. Do you want their holotapes?
Let me see. Oh my. This is rich. There's a picture of Knife Point standing next to a man imitating a bear. Looks like some kind of hunting trip. I think I know of this guy. Let me check with my source. Come back in a couple hours and I should have something.
Okay, a couple hours. That's new. All right, well, we're gonna try and see if that's actually a couple hours. Could be like 12 hours. Let's go pastime 3. For Knife Point completed, and let's see if it starts the next one. Oh, it should already be in my own. The Hunt for Grizzly. Cool. That worked. All right. Let's see here. Somebody said, is there a way to send Jake away? He's been following me around like a companion since I got the HQ. If he's following you around and he didn't specifically say he was going to do it, something seriously wrong. I would guess some sort of mod conflict or some quest where he was following you intentionally.
How'd you interrogate a
broke
robot?
in some way. So there's, I think in End of the Beginning, there's a section where he's following you. So perhaps that quest just didn't complete correctly. And I don't have that on my list. So you might have to. You might want to roll back and redo that, or yeah, I can't think of any good way to dismiss him now.
You will be avenged soon. So the guy doing the bear impression is none other than Sean McDerry, aka Grizzly. Where they get their inspiration for the stupid bloody names, I have no idea. The exciting news is that Grizzly is Bombface's red right-hand man. By the way they run their security, I doubt he'll carry anything incriminating on his person. You will most likely have to interrogate him to extract anything useful.
Oh.
Do you have a set of pliers handy?
I don't, thank you. Always.
But your methods are barbaric. It's torture.
Look, when the bombs dropped, all those politically correct views of the world got thrown out the window. All you can do is fight fire with fire around here. Or you just become another squash bug on Destiny's windshield.
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I got my pliers. Let's go.
I'm uploading Grizzly's position to you now. Grab him, and please ensure that you do whatever is required to find out where Bombface is. He will not evade us.
Let's see here. Okay, so I guess we're going back to the Boston Bugle building. That happens to be close by. Yeah, and there's another locator beacon right there. It's perfect. All right, let's go over here. See if we can get this working. I have heard that there's a couple of points in Caleb's quest that just get stuck. So hopefully we'll run into one of those so I can add it to my list of easy saves I can use for bug fixing. Oh, yep, Yagi mentioned the same thing. Can never finish Caleb's quest line. I get that it's a failable quest, as you were talking about a couple weeks ago, but it doesn't fail very gracefully. I don't remember the failable options. I'm not super familiar with the Conquered quests. Like, I don't know how all of them are set up exactly because I was not involved in their implementation. I think the only one that I was fully told that I've been given the full briefing on of how it's failable is one of the CPD quests with Lena. That is failable, and I'm told the objective it tells you, and I actually watched someone play it on stream, and yeah, the objective basically says better get in there now or she could die. Yeah, I'm not sure how Caleb's is meant to fail or whatnot. I know it has a bunch of different endings depending on something you do later here, but these guys look like they're gonna try and rob me. Watch assignment. Oh, maybe not. We'll find out. All right, we'll go talk to them. This is vanilla. I just don't remember what happens here. Hello. You're just frozen?
If you're not here for the good stuff, get lost.
Hey.
Hands where I can see them.
Hey there.
You look like you
Oh,
could
you're just a
use a
merchant.
little
Okay.
pick-me-up. Am I
Like they were
right?
about to shake me down. Yeah, sure.
Let's see what you got.
I'll take some more jet.
Exactly what you need.
Yes, please. Oh, I got stim too. I'll take that. Ooh, that's a lot of caps. What can I sell you? What garbage can I give you? How about, yeah, let's give you some of these legendaries I'm stuck with. You can have this random thing, this thing. What else am I not going to use here? We can't have my dog food. That's for little cool. Oh, I'm getting quite the pile of jet. I've been stocking up. I guess I'm not going to use mentats. You can have those. We'll trade. We'll trade drugs for drugs. Seems legit to me. All right, 256 I can part with. Thank you. Okay. Oh, we're coming right by the USS Constitution. I love that quest line. It's one of the best. Same with Secret of Cabot House, but I've done that on stream, I think, multiple times now. I think I did it on 2 different playthroughs. Big fan of that quest line. And let's see. I think I remember there's somebody put in a bug report, and I have not gotten them to it. I just remember seeing it over and over again as I'm passing through. Something with the USS Constitution. Something goes on. I think some of the bots feel the need. Why am I seeing all this stuff I feel like I've never seen before? I think something like those bots aggro one of our NPCs or something.
This is our claim. Clear out, civvy.
All right, I don't have time for you. I don't know what that's all about. I guess I gotta cross over here. Hopefully, whatever this problem is with the bots, they don't. I guess I don't have any of our NPCs with, so. Hey, bud.
Scanning. Scanning. Accessing pre-war records. Record found.
Oh, thank you, Carvac. Thank you for the donation. And yeah, Stash is the traveling drug dealer, best merchant. That was. I'm always happy to pick up some more jet.
The Congressional Army is delivered to us in our hour of need.
Might help.
Depending on what you need, I may be able to help.
The fair wind holds true then.
TV Tantrum, do you have a favorite vanilla side quest? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Secret of Cabot House. That's the one I've done. That's the one I've done the most times. So I think I'm just drawn to it. I just really like the multiple endings, and I like that they weave in a little bit of mysticism into it, or you know, you could claim it's magic or it's alien or whatever you want to claim it. But oh, you're a bad dog. I just thought it was dog meat coming at me. Oh, sorry, buddy. Every time I have to put down a dog, I kind of want to get that that mod again that made it so that dog meat would befriend other dogs that come up to you. I don't remember what one that is. It's like there's a mod that adds little perks to all the companions, and I can't remember what it's called. That was always cool. Alright, let's go here. Now I'm pretty sure, because I have been involved with this part of the quest with Grizzlies, I'm 99% certain Grizzly is one of those people that you're meant to talk to after, like you put them into bleed out state. Because I remember this coming up on the list of like stuff somebody else on the team asked me to take a peek at. And I don't think I did much to it. We'll see in a second here. Find Grizzly. Fight Grizzly. Gladly. He doesn't see me coming. Oh wait, he's engaging. Maybe I wasn't stealth quick enough. Oh, come on. There he is. Oh, he's gonna just pop right into my sights. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's see if he'll talk to me.
Hey.
Oh, he's still hanging on his gun.
Time out. You got me. What do you want?
Who's your boss?
No way, man. I can't tell you. He will know.
You think you're in pain now?
I was going to comment that there's something funky with the audio on that one line, but there's something wrong with the player's line too. Sometimes Bethesda's audio engineering is all over the place.
That's how he works.
Bullshit. You're trying to play me for a fool.
All right.
Jason Lockrantz, thank you for the donation. Am I the only one that finds the insects in this game terrifying?
Yeah. He knows
I find them terrifying in the sense that they kill me all the time. Like, especially the bloatflies, they're really hard to fight unless you use VATS. All right, so let's see here. Read Grizzly note. Okay. He is set up in Concord as their pastor. It's the perfect place. The way the damn Vault Weller and the SM Fuller are taking control of the wealth's economy. He says, we have a holes, and then he goes to live amongst the enemy. Can you believe that? Make sure that Mattis woman gets where she needs to go. We can't afford any more hiccups. I may need you to take care of Knife Point as well. He just won't seem to listen. Lay low for a while. I'll send for you. Bomb face. Okay, cool. So he's sending us to Edmund. Awesome. And then we were going to do one other thing while we were out. Oh, cool. And that started For Other I Have Sinned. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is... We have a couple of little tie-ins between some of our Conquered characters. It's not really like an all combined quest line, as, you know, like our Nightingales and CPD are a little more... like Nightingales is straight up linear. CPD is kind of a series of tasks, and they're... they're kind of, you know, they're all involving police stuff, but they're not necessarily linear. And then the Conquered stuff was just every quest is just each little guy's got his own little thing going on. Oh, is this the Atom Cats? And some of them have some little tie-ins with each other. Let's see. Hey, Duke, what's going on?
Just the part I was looking for. The guys back at the garage are gonna flip. Nothing else to find here. This hunk of junk is picked clean, Daddy-O.
You building something?
My friends and I soup up old power armor. We have groovy metal suits like you have never seen. You seem like a cool cat. You should check out our digs. Our machines are something to see, Jack.
I haven't done the Atom Cat stuff in a long time. I do wish there was a... I always wanted this with vertebrates. This is one of those mods I've had on my backlog of like, one day I should do that because it wouldn't be that hard to do, is to have it so that when you shot down vertebrates, they would have loot on them. And the same thing feels... It kind of feels like that for like the random cars you find. Like you should be able to scrap them or grab, you know, random fusion cores and stuff out of them. It would be kind of fun. Not that we need more stuff to loot. There's plenty of loot in this game, but yeah, we'll go ahead and take you out. Don't mind murdering wild mongrels. Those things creep me out. Dogs are nasty looking. Chupacabras. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, super mutant territory. Alright. Oh, we got a suicider. Where is your armor? Missed. Got him. That is so satisfying every time. No. Get me back on the hound. Oh, I don't know about AP. Oh god. Whew. Yeah. Okay, he's not aiming anywhere near me. What are you shooting at, buddy? I guess I can't hit you either. His rockets were just like exploding in midair. Oh, there we go. That one got pretty close. Alright, I guess he can hit me from back here. Can you shoot down rockets? I know you can shoot down grenades. I've never tried shooting a rocket with VATS. Let's try it. Nope. Oh, dog meat. Sorry, buddy. Experiment on you. Alright, we need to find that's a bummer. They should let you VATS those. I wonder if that's a mod. That feels like that should be a mod. Somebody should have figured that out by now. Or maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Does anybody know? Can you VATS non-grenades? Like being able to VATS mini nukes in the air or missiles? It seems like something you should be able to do. Okay, so I know before we can lay down the beacons, or I'm 99% certain before you can lay them down, you got to clear the area, but we'll try it anyway, because I'm curious. And I'm going to save beforehand because I have a report from someone I trust the reports on usually that placing the beacon down in an uncleared area can crash the game, and I don't really need that to happen. But if it's going to happen, let's save first. Because I think I can leave the boss with his rocket launcher up there to clear out everybody else. And get close enough to drop the scanner. Where are you, Mr. Brute?
Here, human.
Man, I was just going to say the same thing to you. Here, mutant. Gotta shoot for you. Get him, doggo. Hey, why didn't I kill him? Come on. Alright. And I gotta do some bullet shopping again. Get back to Diamond City. Alright, where are we at with our guys here? Alright, I think that's the boss up there. Oh, there's another one down here. A lot of guys. Oh no. Oh, he got me direct hit. Missile to the face. How far back do we gotta go? I imagine at least we'll be at least close enough to where I had finished the grizzly thing. Let's see. Yeah, it's usually when you open and close the pit boy, it pops a quick save. Alright, so just gotta clear all those super mutants again. No problem. See if we can do better this time. Oh, there's our friend Duke again. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to Atom Cats this playthrough. If you want to come help me kill super mutants, though, that'd be great. Oh, now you're a legendary this time. Okay, I'll take that. You gonna come help? What do you think? Come on, Duke. Join the fight. Alright. He's coming for you, too? Are you gonna play that for us?
That's Commonwealth justice for you.
Well, that's straight garbage. Well, if he's gonna just hang out, let's see. Does he just hang out there, or does he leave now? Yeah, he is gonna hang out. I'm gonna just kite the super mutants over to him. This is gonna be fun. Let's see if I can do this without getting our friend up there with the rocket launcher involved. All right, where are you guys? I really want to get that suicider again, because that looks like the suicider. Nope, that's just generic super mutant. Where's your suicider friend? No, not Duke. Did we not get it? Because we obviously got some re-rolled spawns there with that. Okay, there's the mutant hound. Over here, guys, follow me. It wasn't me. It was this guy right over here. Oh, there's the suicider. And ooh, we got a car too. Beautiful. Yep, I'm right here, guys. Come on. It was this guy over here. I saw him do it. Let's see if they engage with him. Dog meat. Oh. Yep. Well, now we gotta score our XP with some hot shots. This is like World of Warcraft kiting. Take that XP, thank you. Yep, there's the missile launchers. Alright, let's see. Oh, I popped him that time. Nope, that time didn't get the little reticle flash. A little bit out of range. Alright, well, we gotta deal with him because I tried to dodge him last time. Took a missile to the chin for my trouble. Yeah. At least we're far enough away we can get out of the way. Nope. No. Alright, you guys can shoot me. I just don't want to take another rocket to the face. Who is that? Who is that? Alright, you got him, dog meat. Oh, my armor's actually holding up pretty good. Is he up there, I think? Is this our guy? No, he's got let's get on high ground. Can I reach him? No. Hey, buddy. Oh, man. Where are all these guys? Where's the guy with the rocket launcher? I thought he was right up there. Maybe he ran out of... Because I don't think they run out of ammo for the thing. Look at all of them. Holy cow. I guess I should aim for the head instead of just taking these chest shots. There we go. Oh, now somebody's getting some hits on me. Alright, let's get out of here. Duck down. Oh, did that thing explode already? No. Oh, and a bloat fly for a trouble too. Well, welcome to the party. Why not? Oh, good. That thing heard exploded. I was just like, oh, good lord. Is that Duke? Is he fighting with us? I think he is. Yeah. Get in there, Duke. Oh, we gotta get this legendary tag. Oh man, I see a lot of super chats. I'll get to you guys as soon as I'm done with the this combat. Good lord. Yep, that thing's about to pop. You stop moving. Oh man, he's hitting me hard. What does he got? Everybody else with their ballistic rounds have been doing nothing to me. Alright, I'll take that. Where'd you go? Go fight the Duke. I did not expect this battle to take this long. The first time we did it pretty good. I guess getting Duke involved just made things worse. Alright, what do you got for me? Straight garbage. That is a bummer. You guys are just lined up ready. One. Oh, come on. Hello. You guys are just queuing up those super chats over and over again. You're probably all just giving me combat advice. Like, here's how not to suck. I appreciate that Duke's getting heavily involved. That's what I was hoping for. Oh, you are shooting like a stormtrooper, buddy.
Find him.
Or there's still more. Good lord. Alright, that's our only 4 cells. I thought I just picked up some more. Oh man, they destroyed Duke's helmet. He's really taking a beating. I got 4 rounds for you, buddy. They call me Blue Man. That's great.
You hit like a rad rope.
Yep, I do hit like a rat race. Alright, but you're out of way of dog meat now. I can chuck some of these in there.
No, you what? I got me mad!
Well, I got Duke a couple of times. Good lord, you have so much health. Here, let's see if that does anything. The best grenade dodging super mutant ever. It's like a 40-minute fight. Come on, Duke. You got a little bit of power armor left. Take him down. There we go. Oh, and he was the guy with the missile launcher. There's still more. I'm still in caution. What in the heck is going on here? Okay. We're alive. We survived. So let's do some super chats. Yeah, somebody said quick save. Sorry, I didn't even have a moment to look over there. I'm just so worried about dying.
What's
here.
that noise?
Yeah, what is that noise?
Let's do this.
Is it blowflies? Oh, okay. Alright, let's save. Lars, how's it going? Well, it's going pretty intense. That was a lot of combat, and I just used almost my entire ammo supply there. I think I got to level up in there somewhere, too. Jim Simon, thank you for the donation. Thanks for your patience over on the SS2 forums. Your ability to explain technical issues in a way is a gift. Also, what a great community built around this game. Thank you. Yeah, it's the community is a fantastic part of this. This is like I would not have kept going if the community hadn't built up around this. We get our heated exchanges on the forums on occasion, but I think for the most part, the regulars are pretty chill. Very helpful too. All right, so we can do our thing here. Let's see, Liam Hardy, thank you for the donation. Just wanted to say thanks for all the hard work you and the team have done on Sim Settlements 2, and for reviving my love for All Out 4. Stoked to play Chapter 2 on my new playthrough. I am as well. This is like my first time actually playing through it legit without just like cheating my way through quickly to test. So we're about to start it here because this is the last quest for Chapter 1. TV Tantrum, whoa, huge donation, thank you so much. Thank you, King Gath, for everything your team does, and please let Sir Rick know that he's the GOAT. I bet Sir Rick is watching. Sir Rick, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Jim Simon again, thank you. King Gath, do beacons salvage loot dead bodies? They should. I don't believe so. So the way the beacons work, the Mark 1 beacons, the way they work is they look at the location, and there's a bunch of tag keywords on locations. So if you were to look in the creation kit, every location has a bunch of tag keywords on it. And they tell the Radiant system what to pull from. So, you know, there's a lot of quests where NPCs or settlers or whatever will say, like, raiders took my NPC and there'll be a hostage there, or, you know, super mutants won't keep bothering us, and then the game will randomly pull from a location with a super mutant tag or a a raider tag or whatever. And then there's tags for the type of place. So hospitals have a tag and things like that. So we tapped into all those different tags and we gave them different values. And then we have multipliers based on the stats of your carabiner, on the level of the plot they're working, all these different things. And then we calculate out resource values. And then those are generated from the ether, just generated from midair. Then there's the salvage beacons, which are the ones that you can basically drop in a container, and then they'll haul back anything in particular you like. Those only take back things you, the player, actually put in there. They don't just grab things in the area. I have figured out I could code it to do so. The reason that I haven't is because it would bypass locks, and I don't like that. So that's the only reason that we've never got salvage beacons that would actually loot the area for you, because they would like get past a bunch of gameplay elements, and I don't like that at all. If we could find a way to do it, and like we could probably do it like avoid locked containers, but there's things in a lot of the dungeons where there's like a lock blocking a whole bunch of stuff that you could get. So like I'm trying to think of the name of the place. I think it's like the mayoral shelter. I think there's a couple of places that are supposed to be like military bunkers where you can get past stuff, or there's that one place where you have to have all those different key codes from different people in the world, where you have to like collect all those different holotapes of different people to get the keys. I can't remember all these. I'm totally butchering this. I might be mixing up stuff from 76 too, but anyway, there's all these things where you're not meant to just get. And if I changed salvage beacons to loot the whole area, then they would bypass all those things, and I just never liked that. So the solution was make the player have to loot it themselves, and then we have this Mark 1 beacon system if you just want scrap, and then that stuff kind of comes in addition to the stuff you can get from salvage beacons. Alright, I'm kind of going loot hungry here. I've been trying not to do this on stream, but I desperately need a bunch of ammo, because I am just all tapped out here. Don't need more power armor. Oh, a fat man, thanks. Sorry, yeah, we're gonna have to go to Diamond City here. We are totally screwed with ammo. Alright, what do we got? We need to talk to Edmund. Hunt for Grizzly, didn't get an objective, that's odd. I guess the Hunt for Grizzly objective is Father I Have Sinned. Report back to Jake, which we'll get, I think we get one more before the disappearance happens. So let's go. Let's see, what time is it? 9:50. Okay, good. We're gonna go down and and get some ammo, because inevitably I'm gonna get more combat while I go do the last beacon, because I think there's one more. It's been forever since I've done it. Oh, I must have hit level 20. All right, that reminds me. Let's go level up. Do we got any of our existing perks I can... Oh, yeah, I can do gun nut. I don't care about awareness. I think we just need one level for dialogue reasons, because there's a lot of perk checks in our dialogue system. More ammunition containers, that wouldn't be bad. I was talking about local leader earlier, but no, I don't really care about that. Are we close on... No, level it. Wait. Yeah, we must be level 15. Okay. So level 18 looks like there's a couple of perks popping. Yeah, it looks like there's 3 on level 18, so I want to save 16, 17, 18. So I'll stop. So this will be my last one I use. I'll grab... I mean, I'm just constantly having trouble with ammo. Let's go ahead and get more ammo in containers. That seems a little reasonable. Alright, let's go buy some bullets from...
That a real Volt suit?
Indeed. Volt suit forever.
Hey, you're the new guy, right?
I guess.
The new guy?
Word kinda travels fast in Diamond City. What can I say? Name's Arturo Rodriguez. If you need protection, let's talk.
I'm not interested in Sean.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Self-defense at its best.
Okay, yes, we want all those. The big boy, oh, it's a fat man. Of course it is. Of course it is. Let's go to ammo. It's Fusion Cell, right? For the laser pistol that I've been using way more than I expected. It's been kind of become my like secondary close range weapon. I'm pretty sure. All right, what do we got to sell here? I should have plenty of garbage I can get rid of. Yeah, all these bad legendaries. Let's see. You got some mongrel dog meat. Take a little sting off on the bill. No, I want my junk. Yep, you can have those. I guess I can sell some rounds of stuff I'm not going to use anytime soon. Well, let's see here. Wait, why is it in my inventory? I want... Is ammo? Yeah, there it is. Ammo. It's like, there's got to be an ammo tab. Get out of here with that. You can have my 38 rounds. How about that? Perfect. Bullets. Just as good as caps. Okay, there we go. So now let's... Oops. Let's check ours. Reload all our weapons here. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, we're in. Well, we're good for at least one more combat.
Bar in the old theater district that's for raiders only.
Okay, now let's head over to Concord here. I guess we'll go right to Edmund. Come on, Museum of Freedom. There we go. I think I saw somebody ask who's my favorite companion. It's dog meat, no question. Hey, Alyssa's got a pop roast too. Excellent. And if that's a cop-out answer, I think after... Oh, we'll let him finish it. How is it what are the odds that I come back here every time? Oops. What did I just click on? I just got Nintendo Switched again. What are the odds I keep coming back when he's doing sermons? He must just keep doing them, even if it's not 9 p.m. It must be something like if it starts when I leave the area, he keeps going. I don't know what's going on. TV Tantrum, holy cow, back to back with the big donations. Thank you so much. King Gath, if you ever do a face reveal, that would be awesome. But no matter what, you will always look like Sturgis to me. Yeah, we joked about that a lot in my last episode when Cynical and I were talking, that I'm going to have to cosplay hard as Sturgis and just slowly reveal bits of my real face to avoid the disappointment. Because everyone just probably assumes I'm Sturgis with my voice, without the southern accent.
You deal with envy. You push it down with you and seal it with the hopes of your future deeds. But it will not be quieted so easily. Yeah,
I love Bloody Mess. That's usually one of those like automatic grabs. Like, it's such a high value for and it's just funny to watch people explode all the time. But yeah, the bonus 5% damage for that is pretty good.
Out so that you may walk in the light. My confessional is open to all who would be bled of this vile.
I could just talk to him when he's doing that, but I just kind of want to let him run his thing. Are you done? Yep, you're done. Okay.
Hello, child. You seem troubled. Are you here for advice? Or perhaps a confessional? I am always open to listen, and I promise no other.
This is one of the most annoying parts of Bethesda's AI, and I don't know why this is the default. Whenever they're in the middle of a greeting, they don't just stop their AI package. It seems like such an obvious thing. Like, why is that not the default behavior? Instead, they just keep wandering away from you while they're talking.
I need to ask you something.
Of course. I am, as always, a humble servant to the people. Please, tell me. What troubles you?
I have something for you.
Oh, you were looking for someone. Tell me of them. Perhaps I can offer some guidance in this.
Okay, so somewhere
I'm afraid I can't help
dealing with Edmund
You're after the wrong person.
Is how you can get... Yeah, something in here is how you can get the different endings for Caleb's questline. I can't remember exactly how it works. And I think if I speech check this, I get to bypass... Because Edmund has like some little quests you're supposed to do with him, and I think there's ways to bypass that too. And I think it might be the speech check. Let's find out here, but I'm going to ask him some questions. Oh, we got Victoria Calendar. Thank you. Good evening, King Gath. Hope you and the team are having a great week and lots of success with your SS2 work. All the best to y'all. Thank you so much. Things are going smooth so far on my end. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody on the team. I know I've seen some successes. Like Cynical showed me something really cool she's working on and got in the game the other day. But yeah, I think everything's going smooth so far.
I need your help.
I'm sorry, but I can offer you none on this matter. Though there may be something you can do for me.
Of course.
A number of my flock have come to me with troubling news. One worries that her husband has been cheating on her.
Yeah, if you pass that, I think if you pass that charisma check, you get to bypass these little quests for Master Edmund. Probably better that I didn't bypass them. It's good to go do. I want to go do all this content.
Find this missing woman.
I hate failing speech checks. It feels bad. Okay, read the wife's note. Now let's hope that we remembered, to name it correctly. Alright, I don't know how you can help, but I didn't know who else to turn to. I think my husband has been unfaithful. He's always gone camping, but he goes almost every weekend recently, and he stays out for days. I noticed some of these new trollops in town Taking walks out the same direction. I have the nerve to follow, though. I don't know. I don't know what I'm asking, but his campsite is out west past Wicked Shipping. I just need answers. Okay, so let's go find his campsite, and then let's turn in Jake. Oh, everyone's coming to the service, marching in. I actually wonder if Alyssa's gonna come wandering over here. Yeah, I think she is, because this is a. No, she's not. Okay, she may or may not. So there's all of the characters in Concord. All the named ones are supposed to show up for the pastor's services, but I think Alyssa was broken, and I think I just fixed it for the next patch. And I'm pretty sure I have the beta of it installed right now, so she probably will show up. Probably isn't showing up for you guys.
Hey, welcome back. I picked up the second beacon signal as soon as it activated. Nicely done. Mal is still working at the first site, but she'll probably be done soon. Then she'll head on over to the second. You ready for the third beacon? After this, there's only one more.
Yep,
I'm ready. Okay then, here's the next beacon. Keep up the good work.
Okay. All right, we are primed for chapter 2 now. So yeah, I think I've got enough side quest stuff here to do that it will work out that that's next episode will be chapter 2's beginning of the main quest line. Here we go. Yeah, let's see if I can do this.
I'm working on getting the press ready. I could really use your help. Could you go out and collect some stories for the first edition?
Sure.
I have a list of people who have been affected by super mutants and want to give them the chance to have their voice heard throughout the Commonwealth. What do you say?
Where do I
I'm sold. If you're looking for someone to help, you can sign me up.
Oh, great! This will really help me out. This is a list of people that I need you to interview.
Okay, let's read the list. And then I actually want to go run over to her house because I want to see if the updates are working. So I think with her, there's like an update. Every time she gives you a new quest, I think something changes in her little house. What was that called? Was it Alyssa's list? Yep. Alright, Griff, he's an old drunk that likes to hang out the third rail down a good neighbor. Cool. Lainey, wandering woman I met traveling the settlements just south of us. I'm just paraphrasing this. You guys can read it all yourselves. Ricky, young man I saw at Green Top Nursery. PTSD. Alright, cool. So we got 3 interview subjects. Hopefully they've all got some objectives so that I don't have to remember all that. Let's see here. Those are all beacons. No, they do not. Okay, so I've got to find them manually. Okay, so interview the subject list for... Alright, let's look at that again. I'm like literally going to bring out a piece of paper here so I don't have to keep coming to my inventory. I don't know if you guys have heard me vent about my hatred of the Bethesda inventory system. Let's see here. So I need to go to third rail. And let's see. So I said it's just southwest of Leicester Favorite Hunter, Oberland Station. And Green Top. Okay. I think I have... Oh, cool. I can score some settlements while I'm out there. And try and trigger the Nightingales a little sooner than they normally would appear. Alright. So we're going to do this one first. And so what is this? Find the husband's campsite. I guess that is... Does that not have a map mark? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. So we'll go to Abernathy. Let's see how Abernathy's doing. They are not growing, so we don't think they're doing well. TV Tantrum, you're spoiling us. Thank you so much. Thank you, King Gath, for everything you do. I know there's much behind the scenes that might make things stressful, and on behalf of every S2 user, thank you. I have to go to bed now, but I can't wait to see what you do next. Oh, man. Yeah, I think somebody called you the GOAT. Yeah, you are tonight. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Huge donations. Really appreciate that. Alright, what is going on with Abernathy? Why is no one building a damn thing? Let's see. Do we have a caravan connection? We definitely have a caravan services. Alright, where's our HUD? Let that catch up. Jake Ender, anyone who's watched any of your videos is aware of how much I love their system. Yeah, I will continue to gripe about it over and over again forever. I don't know what they do to fix it either, because I can't even tell you an inventory system I like in another game either. So it's not like I have a solution in mind. I just generally don't like inventory management. It's not a fun part of gameplay. I think when I was younger I liked it, or I didn't hate it as much as I did. I probably never really liked it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these guys. I guess they don't have a ton of building materials. Happiness is on the rise. They should be able to recruit more people. Oh well, I don't have time to. We're not here to micromanage settlements right now. That is stuff I need to be doing off camera. I think if we finish the chapter 2 and I'm still having a good time doing this, then we might get into settlement gameplay more thoroughly, because there's probably way more to talk about in the mod called Sim Settlements, in the settlement mechanics, than there is in the actual quest stuff. So I should be spending a lot of time on that. And like, if we want to get all of the settlers unlocked naturally, then it does involve a lot of settlement stuff. So I'll definitely, I will long-term plan, because I figure what ends up happening in any type of series, no matter who's doing it, any YouTube series, the viewership goes down over time, and then at the end only the super fans are left. And I think those of you guys who are still sticking around in 20 episodes or whatever it takes me to finish all the chapter 2 content, you guys won't care what I'm doing. I would imagine it'll just be fun to talk about and get some in-depth stuff about the mod. So then that would be a good time to do settlement stuff.
Hey.
Oh, hey there.
Oh,
so why come out here?
Oh, I just enjoy the fresh air and the quiet is all.
All by yourself?
You out here all by yourself?
Yes, I am. Why? I don't got nothing valuable, if that's what you're after.
What are you doing out here?
Oh, nothing much. Just enjoying nature. Helps to get away from people every now and then,
That was not me taking off my pants. That was
Bye.
See you around, stranger.
Look around the campsite for clues. All right. Vodka. Well, I can just take your vodka and bourbon. You're cool with that? All right. What do we got here? A love letter. And some ammo. I will always accept ammo because it's currency if nothing else. Was it just called love letter? I hope so. Yes, it was. I don't know why I'm writing this or what to even say, really. This is so not like me, and we're both married. If Abby ever found out, I can't even imagine what she'd do. I can't stop thinking about you. You were so right. The views out near the campsite are so peaceful. I haven't felt like that in a long, long time. I feel so safe lying in your arms. Safer than I've ever felt. Okay, confront the husband with the letter.
Hey.
Oh, hey there.
I think I have something that belongs to you.
Oh, and what would... You can't tell anybody about this, please. I'll do anything you want. Please, they'll kick me out if this gets out.
What?
I don't think so.
I can pay you 50 caps if you'll keep this a secret.
Oh,
for 50 caps? No way.
100 caps then. Please.
Oh, I'm addicted to charisma checks. I gotta ask for more money, even though it's a little dickish.
100 caps seems light. I need more.
I can't go any higher. Please just take it.
I got a better idea. Do it yourself.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. I'll go tell my wife what's going on. Just please keep this a secret. The community would kick me out if this gets loose.
Okay, so now we show that to Edmund. All right. Now let's see. Where are we on this map? Can we do some of these interviews easily? So we need Oberland. Okay, good. The subjects are in there. I just was getting confused because we had all these locator beacons. Let's see. So we've got Oberland. Where did I write down the other ones? Green Top and Third Rail. Where's Green Top? Green Top's right next to Oberland, isn't it? It's like right over the... Why is that not coming up on the map? I'm pretty sure it's like green. One of them is here and the other one's right there. So we can get to Oberland easily because we got the relay tower. And then, have I been a good neighbor yet in this character? I don't think I have. Combat zone, Voltec. It's over here somewhere. Yeah. So I haven't been a good neighbor yet. Okay, then we're going to go here, pop up to Oberland, see if we can score that settlement without having to do any Minutemen quests. That'd be nice. Oh, come on, TV Tantrum. You're just spoiling us. Thank you so much. I lied. I'm still up. You guys are the best. Oh, man. You are... Whew, you're crushing it tonight. Thank you so much. All right, let's activate this relay tower. Oops. Did that do it? Yeah. TV Tantrum looking to fund our server costs for the month by himself or herself. Alright, let's pop over here.
Hey there.
Laney.
Hey, dear. You come to hear
I just realized
Lainey's tale
where are the
of
two settlers that
misery and
usually live
woe.
here? Oh, maybe they're sleeping
That
upstairs.
Alyssa woman told me someone would come to hear all the grisly details, and
Good point, Robert
figured
Canary. I should just do that.
Must be you.
Oh, wow. Every one of these is a speech check? That's odd. That feels like a mistake. Whoever, I'm trying to think of who would have been involved with the dialogue of this. Probably Sherlock, or Sag. Do you guys know if this is a mistake? This feels weird. I
appreciate you telling me all of this. I know it's difficult.
Well, dear, it all started when our trading caravan stopped for the evening at one of those small outposts. I can't remember which one now. You see,
nice pull, Stephen Johnson. If you haven't been, you should go. Whole place is run by robots.
Left of our family, and
fantastic.
We had finally found safety with the caravan. Sometimes it was hard work, but it was ours. And up until then, it was safe. So anyway, we set up camp, and old Ralphie the guard set up as usual.
Oh, I appreciate this, Eileen. Eileen is a voice actor who did this this character. And I remember sending her an email saying, "You can do whatever you want with this." So she decided to practice an accent. Well, that's
being
cool.
Pounded into the ground. We were all woke up, and
Eileen is one of our voice actors gone full pro. You can hear her voice in some
whatever
in some bigger
shenanigans were upon us. When I went to look for poor Ralph,
TV tantrum.
all I found
Oh, you're absurd. I love it. Thank you so much. I hope, please, everybody, the tantrum, this to you and everybody else, please don't give us money if you can't afford it. I would feel so guilty because we have enough money to fund everything we need. You're just gonna dial it to 11 with this stuff. But he says if you could only pick one game to play for the rest of your life that isn't Fallout 4, what would it be? Ooh. What is my next to go to that I play a ton of?
I snuck back to see how
God, it's
bad
been so
it
long
was.
since I've played other games that
There was no one left standing. My poor brother.
I'm gonna have to think on that
and
for a minute.
my two sisters were lying on the ground.
Let me
with
think
their
on that
necks
because
broken.
that's
Like,
if it's for the rest of my life, it's the only game I can
discarded dolls from
play.
some poor child's
Probably gonna be
playground.
like Civ 4, maybe.
As there wasn't anything left for me, I came here.
Yeah, it's got to be a game that's really deep that I can play just crazy amounts of hours in
Just
it.
thinking about
I
it
guess I
makes
mean
me
like if I wanted to cop out, I could say New
Please
Vegas,
go.
like if it wasn't Fallout 4, or I could say
need to be
a
alone,
Skyrim because I really love the Bethesda games. But if I'm getting out of the Bethesda scope, I'm definitely gonna say some like big strategy game where I can just dump just crazy hours into. Yeah, Tantrum wants a chapter 4, Jim said. Yeah, I feel bad. I just talked over poor Lainey and I didn't really catch what she said. But TV Tantrum deserves the attention. That is very, very cool. All right, let's see if we can get this settlement without me cheating.
We could really use your help.
Of course you do.
I'd be glad to help if I can.
We got a nest of some nasty bugs just around the
Help!
corner.
Sorry to
If they don't
whoever
get
earlier
cleared
was
out
saying
soon,
they are
we're
freaked
gonna
out by
have
bugs.
real
It was like we're
trouble.
gonna be fighting some more.
What's really too bad is
No,
it'd
I'm probably
be a
gonna
nice
just cheat.
spot for
I'll
our
accept
new
the quest and
settlement.
then I'm gonna just cheat. I think
In
that's what I
fact,
did
know
at 10
some
Pines.
folks that'd love to set up there if it was safe. If you could make sure the old workshop there is still in one piece, anyone who decides to move in later will be able to rebuild.
No problem. I'll take care of them for you.
Oh, I hope so. We didn't know what to do.
Let's see, where is this at? Secure the workshop at Tappington. So you want me to take Tappington to get Oberlin? That's weird. Yeah, I'm totally cheating. Workshop framework. Tools. Oh, by the way, workshop framework. I recorded the patch notes video already for Friday, but I totally forgot to mention this in workshop that I added this in workshop framework. But in the next workshop framework patch, which will be Friday, I'm adding this new remote settlement recovery menu. That'll be mostly useful for PC players. It might work. There's one part of it that could maybe work on Xbox, but it's gonna give you guys some options to try and get access to settlements that are crashing. I came up with a couple of interesting things we could try. So this will be a new thing you'll find in this Friday's patch for Workshop Framework. I'll claim the settlement. There we go. And then we can plop a city plan on here. We're going to wake up one of those ladies and they're going to become the mayor. Oh, we're going to have to TGM. We're going to cheat like crazy here. God mode enabled, so we can build one of these. And you are no longer a farmer. You are now the city manager. Charge of Oberon Station. Yep, tear it down. Oh, thankfully I still have... I'm going to run out of those soon. I have not been... I should be buying them from the random people we run across. Chris Hobie, oh, and King Gath and Sanctuary. Everybody is walking away in a conversation since the last update. I haven't changed anything in since the last update that would have affect conversations. NPCs walking away from you in conversations is just part of the base game, unfortunately. It's really a dumb thing that the game has set up. There we go. Alright, and then of course we got to make sure our caravan's online. I'm going to have to go crank up my industrial production back at Sanctuary, since that's the one settlement I'm actually focusing on. Let's see here. We got a nice big farm. Where's our municipal? Where's our cow plot? Here it is. Let's see, are you caravan? Oh, you didn't get assigned yet. That might take a moment. After city plan, you gotta give it a minute to cook. There's a lot going on after a city plan. Oh, and it could be this one too. There's two. That one's gonna be their power plant. Okay, let's see if this one got assigned yet. Yep, there's our caravan services. Alright, let's assign somebody to it. Laney, are you a settler yet? No, I don't think Laney becomes a settler at all. Let's see here. What are you assigned to? You are just hanging out at home. Let's see. There's a lot of plots in there. What about you? You're nothing either? Okay, well then... one of you is about to become a caravan services. And let's see if it's going to bug me for construction costs. Let's see. Start construction. What do we got? Yep, pay and build. How much of that's got to come out of my inventory? Not bad, not much. But I should see what's still scrappable around here. Make sure they got enough junk to build with. Oh, that's odd that it let me scrap something outside the border. I hope that doesn't mean... I hope I don't have combine issues here. There you go. You guys got enough extra little scrap. Okay, I can build caravan services. They will be well on their way to surviving. And what is next here? We want to go to Good Neighbor, I guess. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, it was Grey Garden, which is right over the railroad over here. Wow, that was just like a lucky Vats. I did not even see that. I did not even see that mongrel coming up on me. Oh, and I'm still on TGM. Oops. Oop. There we go. Alright, let's head over to see that place run by robots. Oscar N1N7, thank you for the donation. Any chance of a hint whether there'll be a battle for Quincy in Chapter 3? Seems like a good fit for Settlements versus Gunner Story, and no Mod or Creation Club content has ever done it justice. Yeah, I was very disappointed by the Creation Club one for Quincy. I can't imagine we don't do something in Quincy. That would be a horrible sin. So, but I don't make comments on the story. I have confirmed several gameplay elements that are coming though. But yeah, it would be crazy not to touch on that. I think we have like several characters who've mentioned it and like who would have kind of plot lines to resolve through it. So I don't see a world where we don't do something there. I couldn't tell you what it's going to be, or I won't tell you what it's going to be if I did know. But yeah, something will happen in Quincy for sure. I don't know if we'll ever do it the justice it deserves though. Like it was set up to be like this big epic thing, and then you know it was just kind of nothing. I don't really have the patience to wait for another city plan right now. I know that's stupid. We could do it really quickly with a cheat. I mostly just want to find, where is this person? I thought it said by. Wait, am I in the wrong settlement? Oh, I'm in Grey Garden, not Green Top. Green Top's over here. That is why. And you guys probably already said that as much in chat. I just didn't notice. Okay, do we have any other quests we're supposed to be doing? I think just the show Edmund the letter. Okay. All right, we're running low on time too because I want to bring Neeher on soon and flip mode. So I think we're gonna go and do Jake's quest because I do want to get chapter 2 rolling here. So let me find the closest place that I can do the beacon and then also jump over and do, let's see, I'm definitely not doing glowing sea. Come on. Let's see here. So where do I need to go? Edmund there. Subject for Alyssa. Green Top up there. Good neighbor down here. So I guess the beacon, we can test it down in one of these 2 spots and then we'll shoot over. Okay, so we'll go Diamond City marker and walk outside. Oops, that was probably the wrong one. I probably should have done the other Diamond City marker. Yep, wrong marker. Oh, not too far a walk. Chris Haber, if the question, you put down a scanner, then the radio drops and says there is no radio service available while it's billed, or it says there is no caravan service while it's also billed. I feel like that's something that that gets reported often, and I have struggled to. Oh, are the Nightingales here? I've struggled to replicate reliably, but I can see why it would happen. There'd be a couple of reasons. One would be range, just like there's a limited range on those. Could also be. It could also just be that something's not registering correctly. It could be a bug. That's going to be one of those ones that's going to take a while for me to work out because I've had reports on that for ages, basically since SS2 launched. And in my little test scenarios where I'm setting all up, I haven't been able to replicate it. And also it gets really difficult for some of that stuff to even backtrace through existing saves. So it's some of those systems issues that don't happen 100% of the time are really nasty to debug and figure out the problem. Wow, we got Nightingale too. Man, now I don't know what to do. Now I want to go talk to Fiona. Okay, well, we might just have to tell Neeher he's got to wait 5 extra minutes because I want to do this conversation now. I'm so glad the Nightingales showed up, and in early enough time.
Welcome.
This should be early enough. I just get the intro
Don't worry,
conversation.
we'll get you all patched up and comfortable.
Why do you say that?
The guards sometimes send people our way if they're in need of medical assistance or a safe place to sleep, but aren't allowed through the gates. You know, because they're contagious or ghouls or have green eyes or whatever they'll think of
next. This feels like everything is evenly lit perfectly,
that
which is odd.
Us Nightingales, usually travel around, but since camping here, the patients just keep on coming and we haven't been able to move. We are happy to help, but Diamond City has a proper clinic set up already, and instead of helping, they just send travelers our way instead.
Nice to meet a friendly face.
It is at that. You're welcome here anytime if you need rest or medical care. There is one thing I have to say to anyone coming in for the first time, and it's our only rule for patients to follow. While in our care, I don't care if you're a ghoul, synth, super mutant, or even a centaur. All of our patients are under our protection and care. Please don't start any trouble while you're here, and we'll make sure no one starts trouble with you. With that out of the way, welcome to our hospice.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
Check with Cersei. She's on duty right now.
So the
she should just
I
be
think
further
people talk about the
her
Nightingales
rounds.
when they show up. So the Nightingales and the CPD are both tied to having. They first appear. So we go back and forth on this on the team, and I'm still uncertain what it is. It's basically the Nightingale and CBD quest lines are supposed to be doable after 30 residential plots are built in your settlements, and you have to own at least 3 settlements. And I think I'm at that now. I might be a little short though. So there's also a tie-in with Quest 10, which is, what is that one called? New plots on the block, and that has something to do with the Nightingales. That might be when they appear. So like they'll appear and they won't offer you their quest line until after you get to certain residential, but they don't start in the game there because we wanted it to feel like it was them appearing was a result of you improving the Commonwealth. So like as you're starting to make things happen, that you pave the way for these factions to kind of set up shop.
Who are you? What are you doing out here?
We call ourselves Nightingales. Normally we travel the Commonwealth to wherever we might be needed, but we've been making camp here for months. We frequently work for free, but we survive well enough from donations and foraging. The guards here are all volunteers in service protection. Unfortunately, under the circumstances, we can't afford to waive fees. If you can't afford some procedures, best I can offer is a safe place to rest.
Your cause seems noble.
It's very kind of you to say. This group is held together by the ideals of altruism and mercy. Ideals that tend to be more mocked than praised.
Okay, cool. So we
I'm
have
just gonna take a look around.
So this is
Of
like an
course.
intro conversation
You're welcome
you
here
won't all
anytime.
get. So if you come to the Nightingales after their quest line is already unlocked, you'll get a different interaction with her initially. But if you get this one first and you come back, you can still do the quest. So I'm glad we got this. We got a chance to just hear the little extra info stuff, the intro stuff. So I think originally when the Nightingales
I
were
hope that
planned
helps. Are there any other
by the
concerns?
writers, they were thinking that they would just be there from the get-go as opposed to showing up after the player reacts. But I think I was insistent on the latter because one of our goals in general with SS2 is to make the mod feel mostly dormant and not affecting the game world until the player gets involved. So the exceptions we had to make were the Ron had to exist already because otherwise our storyline doesn't make sense, and then Jake in the hardware store had to happen. And then those are our only 2 edits that are visible in a fresh save, and everything else happens as a result of the player, and that was always important to me, to make it feel like, so we can still kind of be, we're still a settlement mod in a sense. We're giving you a path through to make settlements important to the story and whatnot. And if we're making a whole bunch of world edits without you involving in settlements, then it's kind of, we're becoming a different mod than advertised, I guess. It's a tough line to walk, because some people are used to us from SS1. We're just 100% a systems mod, and any quest related stuff is tied to the systems. So we're kind of breaking out of that mold a little bit. TV Tantrum, not sure if you remember me, but my Patreon username is Polar Prey. Wanted to give you some donos for my months I wasn't part of Patreon. Yes, I do remember Polar Prey. Thank you so much again. That is a huge chunk of money for the kitty for this month. Okay, so we're gonna go over to here. And now the Nightingale thing got me losing my train of thought. I can't remember what I said I was going to do. Okay, so I'm probably going to I should probably save, because I think there's just boatloads of super mutants over here. Jim Simon, thank you again for another donation. As you near officially triggering Chapter 2, I'm getting flashback nightmares on my struggle of getting it to trigger. Still can't believe I failed to realize Chapter 2 was its own mod. Yeah, you are not alone in that. A lot of people did that. Or wondering why, like, wait, why did I get the Chapter 2 is coming soon pop up? And then it was finding out that we did a separate mod for it. It's, the reason we ended up doing that is actually, like, because of Xbox, basically. If it were... Oh, that's a lot of mongrels. If we didn't have to try and arrange for people on Xbox to be able to play and sometimes have to ditch parts of our mod, then I would have just done it all as one big thing. I mean, yeah, there's benefits, though, to being multiple ESMs. Hold on. Beyond just allowing people on Xbox to potentially play the mod and only take the chapters that they can afford to have on. Yeah, I'll give you a step back, doggo. But yeah, the multiple ESM thing, like, one of the biggest things, the benefits it provides, is it's kind of like extra free advertisement, because we get to put it out as a new mod, and then that, like, you guys just saw up till a couple days ago, we were right in the top right corner of the in-game little thing, the little Fallout 4 news, which was amazing. for Bethesda to do that. Whoa, look at all these raiders. You raiders just melt to this thing. No wonder I keep it around. Oh man. Look at all. There's so many guys around here. Neeher, if you're watching, I will bring you on very soon. I want to just get us to the point where chapter 2 is about to start, so that way I have something really exciting for you to look forward to in the
No way I could pick this.
the next one. Oh, do I have to? Can I really not enter here without advanced lockpicking? I don't want to waste a perk point for that. I might have to pick a different location. Oh, I guess I could cheat. I could just do unlock as a console command. I'm not opposed to that. Oh, I can come in through underneath the station, right?
What? Who's there? Aha! Gotcha!
Oh, am I out of, blew all my grenades? Alright, let's go. Molotovs it is. Sorry, doggo! See how quickly we can run through all this. Oh god. Alright, let's pop that right arm. Beautiful.
Let's play, little human.
Whoa. Oh, fortunately they're super low levels of mutants. Appreciate that. Hey, some more frag grenades. Get him, dog meat. You got this. Okay, I'll see if I can get up here. I'm fairly certain I can get a library from down here. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm just wasting time. Why is this one dead?
Welcome to the Boston Public Library.
Oh, come on. Alright, we're cheating. We're cheating. I don't want to go somewhere else. Unlock. Oh, look at that. Magical lockpick. Look at all the... Oh. Let's disarm some traps. Oh, we got a nice pool of grenades if I can manage not to trip these things.
Attention. Security breach near river entrance. Visitors
Let me get these bouquets,
are
please.
advised to seek cover and remain calm.
Yes, give me all your frag grenades. How do we... There we go. Yes.
Identified intruder detected. Beginning search.
Alright, now let's get our...
Commencing lawful use out and report.
Oh, sorry, dog meat. Already threw it. Oh, dog meat took that like a champ. Oh, dog meat, don't do that squeal. I can't resist giving you a impact.
Rear entrance. Visitors and employees are advised to seek cover and remain calm.
There are so many turrets firing right now. This is ridiculous. Oh, I guess I should just let them kill each other. But I do want the XP as well. Whoa. Just shooting. Yeah, fish in a barrel here. Coming right down the hall at me. They keep coming. Nope. No, fight the protect rock. Oh god. No. Oh yeah, the jet. I love jet. Man, 2 just epic battles this scene or this let's play. Hey. They're all dead? I'll take it. Nope, I hear another robot. Hey, buddy.
Engaging hostile target.
Come on out. Come on out in the hole. Alright. And there's a turret over here. I guess it makes sense the dog meat won't go attack a turret. Guess I want all that. This pile of corpses. Ridiculous. Yeah, diffusion cells. I'm taking all that random junk from the robots because I keep starting city plans and needing to build the caravan. Oh my god, there's still more. Oh god, we're gonna need some more jet here. Oh, I thought I reloaded.
Security breach neutralized.
More garbage. Oh, dog meat. Here you go. You can have all my stim packs. Well then. Well, that kind of killed my plan of trying to scan this place before it was cleared. To see if I could trigger that crash. Yeah, alright. Alright, so now we should have to go right... I think I can scan it anywhere. I don't think I actually have to go right to the location where that scan is. Let's try that. I can't actually remember if I have to go right on top of it or not. Let's do ASAM drop. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I should have saved first. Well, too late now. Now it's gonna, if it's gonna crash, it's gonna crash. No crashing. That's good. Well, it's gonna be a lot less lively encounter when I have to come back here for the CPD. Yeah, okay, I do have to do it close to the objective location. Interesting, okay. Couldn't remember how I had that set up. Ooh, look at all these goodies. Alright, bobblehead.
There we go.
Thank you. Alright, let's try this again. Drop. And then I totally forgot to save again. Deserve the crash if I get it. There we go. Okay, so now we're queued up so I can start chapter 2 the moment that we start up next stream. So that means this is going to be a good place to end. So we're going to just save here. Save LP. What are we on? Day 8? Day 8. End of session. Fantastic. Alright, then we're going to COC. Oh, there's our unlocks. Oh yeah, that was one of the things we had. So, in Chapter 1, when you finished it without Chapter 2, these would be handed to you by Aiden. But because we changed that whole scene, how it plays out, if you go on a fresh playthrough, Chapter 1 through, all the way through Chapter 2, that scene you have with Aiden is totally different, and it just didn't work for him to hand you stuff, so we had to just have these be triggers. So yeah, so that is why I'm getting those. So I guess I'll save it now after that. Alright, now let's COC to Sanctuary, and let's see if I didn't lose Neeher in my delay to bring him on. Let's see here. Neeher. Let's try a call. We'll see what happens. And then I gotta see if I actually have this piped into OBS correctly. Alright, well, I'm ringing him right now. We'll see what we do. Alright, we're gonna do my normal. Neeher, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can everybody else hear Neeher? Can you say a few words so we can make sure that I got this piped through correctly?
Say a few words.
Perfect. Let's see. We're gonna do. I guess this weather and everything is fine. Set time scale.
Chat up.
Okay, they can hear you. Hello, thank you for coming on tonight.
Say yes. Lots of yes.
Yeah, lots of yes.
Yeah.
So how's your night going? Have you watched any of my chaotic, terrible streaming where I die a lot in combat? I actually didn't die as much today as I expected.
I was watching the Boston library part, and I was like, squinting a little bit. I was like, oh god, he's gonna die. Fighting those super mutants. Grenade got him pretty good though.
The jet saves my butt over and over again. That's how I ended up getting past the Opos-Ammonia encounter too. It was like, jet, we're going to the cheat mode. I don't think I've gotten the addiction thing or not. That doesn't matter. So Neeher has been part of the team since I think you joined after, like, I'm trying to think. You joined, I think, before we released SS2 proper, right? Like, because you did the Vitamatic for us, and I can't remember if you had joined before that or after that. Do you remember? Do you recall when it was like officially like you were showing up to the meetings and you were part of the team? Because for a while I would just poke you for things and you'd help us out with them, and then you officially joined at some point.
Yeah. I started showing for the meetings. I think was probably around January, February of last year.
Okay. So right when I think that's when we really kicked in to gear with the SS2 dev, because before that it was kind of we were floating on it for literally years. It was taking us a long time, and I think with COVID, I mean actually before, well, that would have been before COVID, but with 2020. I'm a year behind. So wait, did you just join in 2021?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
That's when I officially hopped on board.
Okay.
It's been a year.
Man, all right. I'm so out of sorts.
Yeah, before
with all
that
this.
we were doing some stuff here and there.
Yeah, it was just piecemeal stuff here and there. And I'm glad you joined in because you did a lot of cool stuff. If you would like to tell everyone the tale of how long it took you to pull off that cutscene in Volt 75, the one that we get lots of props for. That was quite the project.
People in the chat say I'm up too loud. You can turn me down a bit.
Oh, let me see if I can do anything with that. I think I have it set up.
Is this better?
No, it's mine. I have the output for Discord set to 200% because in the past people can't hear it all. So there, I dropped it down to normal. So hopefully that's a little bit more closer to my volume.
Yeah, the in chapter 2, the cool scene that was all animated and stuff. That's what you're referring to?
Yeah. The big scene with Berman and Algernon and Jake. The one, I think that was like, so when I originally approached you to join the team proper, it was because I was trying to find somebody who would be down with us purchasing a mocap suit and having that person go to town on it. And you were the person who was most excited about that idea.
Yeah.
And then, and so now every time we have a scene that needs a little emotional punch, we're just like, Neeher, you want to suit up? But that one I think was the most complicated. I don't think it was close either.
Yeah, that was, I had a lot of figuring out to do because I've never encountered something like that. It wasn't even like the mocap part because mocap's not too hard. I've gotten quite a bit of experience from it in Sim Settlements 2, Chapter 2, with all the sickness mechanics we did, because there was just tons and tons of animations there.
Yeah.
And that was really good experience, though, so that was very useful knowledge to have. So when it came time to finally do this scene here, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I have an idea of how to do this. Let's see what happens. And I remember the Berman, because he falls, I remember that took around 15-ish takes of the entire scene, walking up, holding down, flipping around. Yeah, I think I did that around that falling thing like 15 times. Something like that.
Well, that one ended up being tricky because you had to like stitch together multiple animations, and then like you could hide them with camera flips, but changing the camera in the system, in the quest system, is actually difficult. You can only do it when a new person speaks a line, so then a lot of times we had to put in fake dialogue lines where the person just says, where we just enter ... so that we can force a camera change. But it plays really good now. It plays like a cutscene. I've watched tons of people play that quest, and it always fires. Knock on wood. It always fires identically for everybody. So that's pretty impressive for this game.
Well, I did play that scene like 50-ish times before. I even showed it in the dev chat.
Yeah.
Showcase it to be like, here's what I got. So,
I'm very glad you did it. It's a very impressive moment, and it's hard to sell. Like we really wanted to set up the Berman character to feel kind of like our villain, and having a moment like that, this character that everybody loved so much in Chapter 1, who'd been gone for effectively a year for most players, to then have the first time they see him again, he's being tortured by this guy. I think really pounded it home that this guy's the villain, and made people feel bad for Jake. So it was, and like had we not mocap and made that look really cool, made that a cool cutscene, it wouldn't have landed nearly as good. I think like if you'd had to just like kind of hear the words being spoken and peeking through that little piece of glass, and it would have just been like the vanilla. Because like if you hadn't done all that mocap work and like that scripting out that sequence, it would have been just the default like attack, and that looks so janky sometimes when you have like NPCs melee each other. Yeah, it looks really, really bad. So it would not have landed as well as it does.
But yeah, that was fun. It was a mix of mocap and hand keyframed animation.
Right, because for power armor stuff, you pretty much always have to keyframe it, right?
Yeah, you can't put the mocap like that skeleton and just put it on the power armor, right? Because power armor does not match the player body or NPC at all. It's totally different.
Yeah.
So I tried that, and it didn't entirely work. And it was like beyond repairable too. So I was like, oh god. So yeah, the mocap, it was mocap. It captures that real human movement, but it's also very janky, or at least our homemade solution sort of.
Yeah, it's a lot of the little subtle bits, like little things you don't like when you're hand key framing animations. You don't think about like, oh, I actually moved that part of my body too a little bit, and like without it, it feels like there's something off about this. It feels stiff for some reason. I don't know why. And like mocap seems to help with catching a lot of that little subtlety, even though I know a lot of that is lost in the you said talk about the jankiness of the process and the import. I know some of the little subtlety is lost, like we don't get finger movements and stuff, but there's still enough of it, of that extra little bit, that it really, you can feel it. It feels just way better than the hand framed, or the keyframe stuff.
That scene, there's a lot of adjustment, and like for example the when Berman flips the revolver around, that was hand keyed.
Sure.
Same with all the fingers, stuff like that. But yeah, it's a fun experience to.
Well, I really appreciate that you take the time to add in little extra bits sometimes where we, maybe didn't talk about it and it was just like, oh, this would make this a lot cooler. Like in the final scene of Chapter 2 where you've got like Jake throwing his hands up on his head, like, I can't believe this is happening. Just makes those scenes. Those are, oh, that was keyframed, man. That came out really good.
Because I was like, we're getting close to deadline. I don't really want to throw on the suit and get it all set up because it's a kind of a huge pain, and I have to move a whole setup out to the living room because the suit's sensitive to electronics in particular. You can't be next to stuff. So I was like, I'll just do it by hand. And
it came out good. So yeah, when we talk about buying a mocap suit for the team, we did not buy the state-of-the-art Hollywood set. We bought the low-end thing, and it has some flaws to it. One of them is it's super affected by electromagnetism. So like there are certain parts of the world where you can't use this brand of suit because certain parts just have too much magnetism in the area, and so like using it next to certain electronics just won't work, which is an interesting flaw to have in something that has to connect to a bunch of electronics. But well, you've made do. But I appreciate the extra little flares you've been tossing in, and I really love the beyond that whole cutscene. Then you even have Jake take the Gatling laser off the wall, which looks really awesome.
Oh, yeah, that was an idea. You're like, if we have the time, we should do that. I was like, oh yeah, and I just did that. That was the first thing I did. I was like, that's fun. I like doing that.
Yeah, like I noticed you had done it with some of your weapon mods you released, where you had made it so when the player first grabs it, they do a custom grab animation, and it's like, oh, that's amazing. And then I think I cited that when I asked you to do the same thing for maybe Surik asked you to do it, but one of us asked you to do it for the Vitamatic. But that just like, it's so fun. It's so fun to get those little extra animations and see people actually interact with the world, because there's so little of that in the game. It's such a rare moment when anybody actually does the thing they're supposed to do and instead just does something janky like hold their hand out and then things appear or disappear, which is what we get used to in the Bethesda games.
Oh yeah. So yeah, for chapter 3, I want to do more of that, like that, easy, quick, that one piece of dialogue animation we can just, spiff up a little bit, like the Jake with his arms around his head.
Yeah. I hope so. I think there's going to be a lot more, because we're kind of wrapping up story stuff. I bet those are a lot more emotional moments that will need those little extra touches. All right, so sorry everybody in chat, I've been ignoring you, and I wanted to bring Neeher into the conversation. I really wanted to make sure he got a chance to talk about Vault 75, because I remember that had to have been the longest thing you worked on during Chapter 2 development. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I guess the sickness animations were quite a thing, but
sickness animations.
Yeah, sickness animations were a lot. Let's see, Dinosaur Patrick, thank you for the huge donation. I hope this is okay, but this is TV Tantrum again. I wasn't allowed to donate anymore, but I wanted one more for Neeher. Thank you, Neeher, for all your hard work. Oh man, TV Tantrum, you are crazy. Thank you so much for supporting development as much as you did. You had to go on a second account. That's wild. Oh, that is crazy. Thank you so much. I'll say I'm scrolling back through chat to catch things that I missed here. Exploited DNA. Having the quest with quest stages on the wiki would be really helpful to progress through bugged quests. I mean, anyone's welcome to do that. The wiki is open. We have a section on our forums where you can go request access to the wiki. We would love more people to help out with wiki. But if I spent all my time documenting everything in the mod, I would not have any willpower or time to do anything else anymore. So I've left the wiki to community. There's a lot of great people working on it, but I know that I don't think quest stages have been on their mind, because I think for a lot of folks, they're just kind of like, if you really want to deal with it with like that, there's so many things that can break worse if you're doing setting quest stages. So it's it's fine as an emergency, but it's not really something that I would recommend you do. It would be better to report the issues you're having so that we can get them fixed. It's going to take a while, because obviously we've got just hundreds of reports to catch up on, but yeah, that would be the preferred method. As far as I know, there's not a whole lot blocking the main quest anymore. We've got most of that stuff fixed so far, and there's more of it coming in Friday's patch. Let's see here. Caillou Dong, does Neeher do most of the mocaps? He does all of them. Neeher does all the mocaps. So anything you see mocap. So like, I think right now, what do we got in there, Neeher? We've got the sickness animations, the Vault 75 cutscene. There's a couple little ones during the finale. I know you've done more than that. Where else do we have some the final little bit? The thing we were just talking about with Jake holding his hands on his head. That's like the finale of chapter 2. Where else have you mocapped?
The whole thing is keyframed.
Oh yeah, that's right. That one's keyframed. Okay, so where else have you been doing some mocap in that people could see? I know the biggest chunk was the sickness because
notes.
yeah, and that was one spot. But yeah, we are always on the lookout for more places that we can enhance with it, and like, I think one of the reasons I've held off from even asking you to do a bunch because I have no idea how much work it is because it seems like such an effort to like jump into that suit, and especially,
I like it to pile up, yeah.
Right, have a whole bunch to do in one shot, right? Especially if you've got to like move stuff to your living room and rearrange your home for this, definitely seems like a better way to go about it.
Yeah, like the that mocap scene with Berman, like I said, it took many different takes. I think that was like 3 different sessions.
Okay.
You know, and then I'd like, you know, put everything away and then go and bring my computer back into where it's supposed to be and go through it and really go through it and then find whatever errors that are just, you know, unrepairable. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not good enough to go back and fix it or redo a take. But yeah, I have my notes here now. So let's see. So, yeah, we did the sickness idols. There was, I have one called curled up in a fetal position.
Oh, yeah, that's a sickness idol as well. So that's, if you've seen that, it would be, if you have a settler who gets so many diseases they become incapacitated and you also haven't given them a home, there are no extra beds laying around and there are no hospitals. They will just like curl up on the ground in a ball and wait for you to do something. Supposed to really give you the feeling that you've created a slum and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Others are like when Jake calls you on the radio.
In After Quest, what quest is it? Moving Day. After the quest Moving Day, you'll get, when you exit the vault, you'll suddenly get forced into third person, and then you're looking at your Pip-Boy. That was a little mocap thing. Little simple animation, but it adds a lot to that because I remember it looked so janky before you did that. Did you remember where we had like you had given me these Pip-Boy animations you had made for something else? They were meant for like conversation.
Yeah.
And I used them in that, thinking that's what you had meant them for. And he would just like, your character would just keep like flicking their hand up, and it was real awkward.
It's like, oh, whoa. I'm like, hold on, we need to fix this.
Yeah.
I repurposed the same mocap project.
Right.
And just, you know, edited it to loop cleanly.
Right. But it makes that feature feel way more legitimate. Like I knew I could do the two-way radio thing with like invisible talking activators and stuff to pull that off, but the animation, you know, takes it to the next level and makes it feel like a built-in feature instead of our jank that we often cram into the game.
Yep. There's a lot on here I haven't actually seen. I don't even know if it's implemented.
Oh,
I hope it is.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'll tell you if it's implemented
yet. So there's like a stop gesture, you know, holding up right hand to slow whoever down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if that got used or not. I know a lot of the stuff you did for conversation stuff. I think I don't know if it got implemented in time for everything, but it's definitely, it was on the list for like specific moments in quests. So it should all be in use somewhere. Might be like you have to hit the right dialogue choice before you see it. Because there was like ones where like a power armor salute and some super mutant stuff. So I think it all had spots where it was meant to be used.
Yep. And again, these are all third person animations. Anything first person I do by hand because that's just way more fun.
Okay.
Good experience. Get it.
Well, and it's just the hands, right? And then like any weaponry.
Yeah, it's just the hands, the arms, and whatever is in front of you. You know?
Right.
It's generally easier that way than mocap anyway. Yeah, we have raising hands chest level. Like I don't want any trouble. I don't know what that one. Does that sound familiar at all?
It does not. But I think that sounds like a list of the ones that were for dialogue moments. Because there was a series that I asked you early on to do. There was like 10 of them total. Yeah, they were all meant for like, we were trying to enhance, just give our characters more ways to talk with their hands. Because the vanilla game actually does a pretty decent job of just filling in random hand movements while the characters are talking. And it feels pretty natural to me. Like same with their eye movements. I've always been impressed with like the blinking and like where they look away from you and look back at you and stuff during conversation. But there were a few where we wanted some moments because the only real ones you've got, like the ones that they have vanilla, are really exaggerated and awkward. Like the pointing at things just feels way too extreme for conversation. And
Yeah.
like you just this really intense point where it's like, oh, that felt weird. And especially if they happen to be not looking at the right thing because the AI gets all janky and they look at some random thing and point at it. But that was like one of the big ones they have available. And there's like give item. That one doesn't look bad and it's nice and subtle, but there's just not a ton of.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
There's not a ton of dialogue, good dialogue animations for the characters. So it was I think we were trying to expand the pool with that little list of projects.
Yeah. Speaking of pointing, another one was finger guns. Is that used at all?
I'm sure it is. That sounds like the Ron thing.
That sounds like a Cyric.
If the Ron is not using it,
Cyric
he should be as often as possible. Yeah, if he's not using it, Cyric, get on that. Finger guns are available. Let's make use of that.
And then there's some furniture stuff, like I guess wiping a table with a rag.
Yep, that's definitely in.
Clean it.
Yeah.
Wiping counters, wall, glass.
Yep, that's all used a lot in HQ for furniture animations.
That's what I figured. Drinking from a water fountain.
That should be in HQ as well.
I don't
Yeah, because we
making that.
Yeah, because we found out
so.
Yeah, you definitely did it because there's the vault water fountains actually have like, you know, when you activate them, like water spews out. And it's like, oh, that'd be cool to see NPCs drinking out of that. So we put some.
Yeah.
Those should be in HQ as well. I don't know if anybody put them in plots because I think by the time you turn those in, our plot designs were all done because we didn't have that many new designs for Chapter 2.
And then like there's a lot of just.
Did you end up doing any mocap with the fire extinguisher? The fire extinguisher is not in yet, but it will be coming in a patch.
No, we didn't. Or wait, did we? Yes, I know I created it
because I know you did the third person because you made this awesome video of settlers fighting a fire. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's a weapon.
Yeah,
that's implemented. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it all works. I just haven't. It's not available. Like players can't get access to it yet. It's part of some of the HQ content that's being worked on right now.
Yep. And there's just a lot of like manual stuff, like the Concord camera animation. Well, that was for Chapter 1, right?
No, the camera was Chapter 2 for sure. That's what I've been actually showing it off lately. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. So that wasn't mocap. That was just like an animation you did. Yeah. So you guys know how I patched that in over the summer before Chapter 2 came out. It was like the last big patch, and it added. So at the end of well, when you come out of the lower levels, you get pulled into this camera animation. Yeah, that was an addition you did. But that would have been you do that keyframe animation, right? That's just.
Yeah.
Did you or what about the little pose at the end? Was that mocapped? I think the character's like standing, looking all proud of himself.
Yeah, no, that was all keyframe too.
Oh, okay.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, I love that. That little stuff I would love to see more of just like these highlighting moments. I think like that always feels really good.
Yeah, I like doing those. Those are quick and easy, like the Jake thing, you know. Like I want in Chapter 3, once we have like a lot more dialogue and playable quest to be done, or is done-ish. Good enough to play. I want to do more of that sort of one-liner animation. It's quick and easy, and it really brings it up to the next level.
For sure. Yeah, I hope our pipeline that I've got laid out ends up making it so that you have access to that stuff sooner. It's a lot of it comes down to especially with like making animations that you wanna do it while you have the voice files, like that we end up some of the voice files we get in days before we launch, so it can be a challenge. But hopefully we'll get enough of it in. Especially for the more important moments, because like I've already, it's just from the outline of the quest, I know there's some moments where it's gonna be like, oh man, if that's not some like nice custom animation, that's gonna just feel so cheesy and awful. So I'm sure there's gonna be lots of moments for it, but like you said, the sooner we can get it to you, the better, the more time you have to focus on it, and then you can set up longer sessions so that you don't have to rearrange your whole house a million times throughout development. It'd be nice if we could if you could plan those out and do them in chunks again. Yeah, awesome. Well, I think the mocap has added just a huge level of production value to this, and I'm so happy you were willing to do that, and that you were able to join up the team.
I think I jumped on that.
Yeah, you were the only one who didn't hesitate, because I asked a couple of people if they would be interested in it. I'd be like, hey, what do you think? Because there's a lot of people who do animation work in the community, but many of them don't want to get involved in big projects. And I knew you had already been involved in a big project because you were involved with, was it Pittsburgh? Or no, not Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Liberty Hell.
Yeah, Liberty Hell. And then that project kind of fell by the wayside. It just kind of slowly faded away, right? They didn't officially announce destroy it or anything, and you just kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. Those projects are hard. It's like they get going, and I think a lot of people start to realize how much work is actually involved in them, and then it's hard to keep that motivation going. But yeah, I knew you had already been interested in group projects, so I was glad that you were willing to come on board. Because I can see you also are not afraid at all to just throw together a big story mod by yourself, because you've got like the Xander's series and stuff, and the Kelly story, and,
Yeah.
and I don't know how many other quest mods. Do you still have plans to finish that up? I think didn't you have something big in the works with it still?
Yeah, I was working on a Kelly story. I've slowed down on it, but I still do work on it here and there.
Yeah. Well, now it'll get some enhancements with some mocap, right?
Yeah. Lately, I've just been, really working more on that animation stuff.
Yeah. Well, your animation stuff's really good, and you've been doing a lot of weapon mods too. You got quite the pool out there now. Let's see here. I want to catch back up to chat. I've been ignoring them for too long, but again, I'm excited to talk to you about this mocap stuff. It's so freaking cool. Let's see here. Mythor and King Gath and Neeher, can you do mocap for the third-person version of the camera so your character doesn't hold it like a goof? Is he talking about this? Let's see here.
He's talking about the third-person pistol aiming animation.
Oh, see, I love this. That was one of the funniest moments that I've caught on stream ever. Was me pointing the camera at Aiden.
Hey,
so funny.
in first person, do a melee. I haven't seen that in a while.
In first person?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, that is fantastic. A little selfie and then a punch. Oh, that's great. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but the third person thing, technically we could make that better, but it's quite a monumental task to do. It's not very easy to adjust the position of the arms and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of little animations too, right? Like to replace a set for a weapon in third person. There's just so many.
Upwards of like 100, I believe.
Oh my god.
Of little just animations. They're more like poses or whatever, but still it's a daunting task for a camera that nobody should use in third person anyway.
You're right. I can't imagine how difficult this thing would be to use in third person. So yeah, I think looking like a goof is gonna just be the way of things. Let's see. Thiago Sunfeld, King Gath, talking about that quest. If you choose to persuade Berman, if you leave the HQ with the elevator to the roof, he is there and hostile to you. Interesting. Yeah, he's not supposed to be hostile. In fact, I remember I updated that quest a couple patches ago to just like once he gets out there, disable him. But it's gonna be a while before we work out all those little quirks about the quests, because we're basically focusing on the path 95% of people are going to go through is what we focus our efforts on, and then it'll just be, it could literally take me years to get all the little things like that ironed out, just because there's just bigger fish to fry. Let's see here. Looks like I had another super chat down here I missed. Kyo Dong, thank you for the donation. Tantrum already burns up this place, but those animation works deserve some caps in return. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever catching Tantrum on the stream ever. Because he's been far too generous this evening. Let's see here. Thiago Sunfeld again. Also, Nightingale NPC store are empty. You can't sell anything or buy anything. Yeah, that's on my list too. I noticed that it was I finally fixed the dialogue to work, and then it doesn't. And then when I checked it in game, it was like, oh, we don't have a faction or anything set up for them. Yeah, that's on the list to take care of. Let's see. Can anyone? Raising hands sounds like the Jake Aiden meeting. That thing, the Jake Aiden meeting, when he holds up his hands like that is actually a reuse of one of the mayor's mocaps from the vanilla game. So we found out you can actually reuse any of the mocap in the vanilla game really easily. It's all like hidden in the dialogue folders, so most people don't even know it's there.
Oh yeah, it plays at the same time.
Yeah, it plays it at the same time if the file name matches, if the HKX file name matches the dialogue name. It's really easy to put those in. So we found, I just happened to test the mayor one and it was like, oh, the timing's almost perfect. It was off by like half a second. I'm like, no one's going to notice that half second. Extended a little bit. Let's see. Thiago Sunfeld. I think some animations are broken, to be honest. When they play the giving item, it keeps looping while the conversation keeps going until it runs another animation. Well, the giving item is a vanilla animation, so if that's broken and looping, then we should send a note to Bethesda. Let's see. Robert De Niro, with the Mixamo stuff and the stuff already in animations to work with are endless. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff available. We had with Sebo, we worked on getting that big Mixamo pool ported over. That's available as a modder's resource. You guys can find that on Nexus if you're interested in adding animations to your stuff. There's a ton of them. I actually saw, I think, I'm not 100% positive, but I know I've been watching a lot of Al Chessbreach's playthrough of SS2, and he keeps using these dance animations, and I think those came from that Mixamo project we did. I think somebody pulled them all together and put them out as a mod, which is awesome. Let's see here. XV Versus, could the first-person camera melee be made to add photo of player? I mean, we could, in the sense of like it could just be an object that appears in your inventory. It would be, I guess, then, yeah, because then I guess Edmund could sell copies of your whatever you're wearing. Yeah, I guess we could do that. That's not a bad idea. You want to put that on the enhancement list of the Git. I'll do it one day. It wouldn't be hard. That's actually a really clever use of it. Let's see. Nick Carter, any idea yet what is causing the stack dumps? Noticing script lag and stuttering a lot in HQ. I mean, I'm sure it's just like we just got a lot of optimization to do. There's so much code running, so much code. And like that's just something I do slowly over time. Like we did a lot of, like we've learned a lot over the years of how to just write the code better up front. But inevitably, you know, when we've got all these systems running simultaneously and the more settlements you get going, it's just inevitable that you're just going to build up a lot of a lot of script work that's gonna back things up. All right, so let's talk about your weapons that you've been adding to SS2. So we've given you some interesting weapon projects because you're used to traditional weapons. Most of the weapons you release are you know, shoot bad guys, and instead we're 2 for 2 now of like just doing weirdo stuff. With, you know, I think I put in 1 damage to each of them. How do you feel about making these utility weapons as opposed to like actually 3 now, because we talked about the fire extinguishers. You've made 3 weapons now that have no combat use whatsoever. They're just utility weapons. How do you feel about working on those versus your traditional focus with weapons?
That's always fun. I remember what was the first one? I guess
it would have been Vitomatic. Yeah, Vitomatic was the first one.
Yeah, just because it's in the, you know, weapon category doesn't mean it has to be a weapon.
Right.
It's an interesting use of the weapon form, you know, not having a weapon, you know, because like in Fallout 76, the camera is also in the weapon category.
Yeah.
The Pro Snap. So maybe that's where we got the idea, because we wanted to have some way to scan people and have the player actually do it. And I was like, the only way we can do that is as a weapon form, really.
Right.
So
it's really weird that they don't have the ability. I don't even know if they've added this in 76. Maybe they have, but to just use a miscellaneous object in your inventory. Isn't that weird that you can't do that? Like it just says can't use this item, because that would have been
right.
That a lot of times that would have been the place to do stuff like that, but then it ends up being all these. So I've been using weapons for utility for a while, because in SS1 I had the immersion breaker, which was a tool that was designed to refresh plots. It was before I knew a lot about all the UI stuff, and now I don't need goofy tools like that. But it was just a way to add alternate activations to things, and so I kept doing that with weapons. I'm like, oh, this will be an easy way I can add different alternate activations. So like if you have this Architect's T-square equipped, it does one alternate activation. If you do the immersion breaker, does another one, and then like it was basically, instead of doing pop-up menus, because I didn't know enough about the stuff to do the pop-up menus, but yeah, the weapons as utility I always thought was a fun way to do things. These weapons though, like with SS2, are crazy because they're just works of art in themselves. They're really cool animations and beautiful models. The Pro Snap, you did the whole thing. You modeled it. Animated everything about it except for third person. So we get to look like we're holding a 10mm really hilariously.
Yeah, in third person it's just more of a pose. I mean, it is animated and it has a animated reload.
Right. No, I'm just gonna keep poking fun.
Yeah, I
to
did the
somebody-
models and
somebody
the
mentioned it.
textures. You know, that was a fun little thing to just toss my way. That was before I joined the team.
It was, yeah. What do you prefer the animating, or do you like the modeling just as much of making stuff from scratch? Because at first, when I was poking you about stuff, I was trying to only give you animation projects. I felt like it was asking too much to ask you to make models as well. But since then, I think with the camera, I think you had brought up like, well, I know how to make models. I could just do it myself. I was like, oh yeah, okay. Do you enjoy making the models too, or do you prefer the animation side?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the gun mods, I model them all, I texture them all, and I animate them all. Animating's my favorite part, but I mean, I also really like to model them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and again, more experience and getting better at it.
Sure.
Especially in terms of animation, I think that's the highest experience curve I'm getting is on the animation side of things. My modeling feels about the same as when I made that camera. The animation, I've been actually thinking of redoing the reload animation for that camera because
really, let me bust it out. Let's see what it looks like. I don't actually remember.
It's a little too fluid. It's a little too
All right, let's reload. Yeah, it feels a little bit slow at the end there. I felt the first half looked great. What do you is that kind of the stuff you look at when you're looking at your animations? There's a lot going on there, a lot of movement and stuff.
Yeah. And I wanted to completely redo it, like chop out the whole thing, not even like salvage it, just redo it entirely.
Start from scratch.
How I am now.
Yeah. I feel you
really
on
like
that.
Thing. I don't know why it doesn't really do much except for that clothing quest thing, but pretty neat. I like it.
I would love to. I talked to Reg2K about it. Was like, hey, is there any way you can think to make this thing take an actual picture? And he basically had suggested I just do what he did with the photo mode mod, which is basically tap into the take screenshot system, because you can basically tell F4C to run console commands effectively, and that didn't quite pull off what I was looking for, but I think it would be pretty awesome if we could get that full functionality working in here, where you take a picture with this and it actually hid this stuff, like all this UI stuff, and just actually took a screenshot. That'd be pretty awesome. I think people might get into that. It feels a little more visceral and immersive to take screenshots than it's like more like your character actually taking photos. But I do think that if we could arrange it to do that, I think it would also make taking pictures of the NPCs more of something people would engage in, more than just like the collect-a-thon of outfits. It'd just be fun to have pictures of characters and stuff. Especially if we could arrange this. What I really wanted, but I couldn't find anybody who had any thoughts on how to do it, would be when you go to preview here, if you could actually see the picture you took. I was like, that would be so cool. That'd be so cool. Like, do I have any photos right now? But I couldn't think of any. I couldn't find anybody who could do it. But like right now, we just have this placeholder, and because of the HUD doesn't like the token replacement in this view, it's just like this generic photo.
What is it supposed to be?
So this is this photo is from one of the vanilla quests. It's like Morowski or something. But like these photos, I have the token replacement where it shows the name of the actual person you took a photo of, and then you're just supposed to turn these in to what's his name, Dylan, and then you never think about him again. But it would have been cool to be able to keep them as mementos, but unfortunately, replacing this, I'm sure it could be done. Like, you can do anything with the script extender. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff people do with New Vegas? It's nuts.
Yeah, I don't like to touch the script extender, even for my own mods or modded gameplay.
I haven't done any personally, but I have started. I've embraced the dark side a little bit, because there's some really powerful things with it. I mean, for my playthroughs, I definitely use it, and for troubleshooting, it's very powerful. But there's a DLL included with Workshop Framework that C. Dante wrote that adds some extra functionality that is pretty clutch. Like now it has the power grid fix tools and has the necessary things for exporting data. It's just pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was making a Xedit script to handle transfer settlements and the power stuff. I remember him doing some crazy stuff with that.
Yeah, transfer settlements has got some really cool stuff going on. So I'm afraid to get into.
Time I had a script extender installed was for
just for transfer settlements
testing. Transfer settlements for CD.
They
Yeah.
I'm afraid to get into script extending like actual coding of it because it would be too many possibilities where I would just like I can already do so much and there's so many ideas I have to cut. Then if like you just expand that to infinite, it's like, oh well, now you open up the engine and you can basically plug in anything you can dream. Like that's too much power. It would be, the feature creep would be unbelievable. So, but the other benefit of not touching it is then I don't cut out a large swath of our audience who are on Xbox or like you just prefer not to play with Script Extender because it's got its own risks. I remember it was really irritating when they were patching the game all the time because then you'd have to like if you were in the middle of a playthrough you gotta like take a day off while you wait for everybody to update.
That's what also turned me off from it. Like, well, and then I'd have to update my mods if I used it. I mean, it just sounded like a pain and I didn't want to deal with it. So
yeah, fortunately that stopped. I don't see any sign. They haven't advertised anything with Creation Club in a long time. Like the last thing I heard about it was it was that Skyrim thing when they did the re-release. And what is that new edition called? Legendary Edition? Is that what it is? Do you know what I'm talking about? They just did like another Skyrim release.
That's right.
Yeah, and it includes all the Creation Club content now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the last time I've heard.
I remember Creation Club for Fallout though. That's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know
if
it's
been a year and a half or two.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're doing anything more for it. If they're going to wait for 10-year anniversary of Fallout 2025, they'll just be like, I'll do the same thing for Skyrim, Fallout 4 Legendary Edition. Let's see. Thiago Sunfeld would be cool for the fire extinguisher to do cryo damage like the cryolator, and it would be lore friendly. A firefighter protector used.
It's not really a cryo weapon. It's more of a suffocation weapon. Right?
Yeah, I think you had a version of it when you were testing that did damage, but like our plans for it are much more pedestrian. So definitely a utility thing, not a weapon. But I mean, people could patch these easily. Like somebody wants to like our camera technically does a damage. If somebody wants to turn it into a murder weapon, they're welcome to take their picture, get their clothing, and murder them all in one shot. Let's see here, Jake, and we need the randomizer T-square back. Yeah, the T-square was fun. I don't know if I'd bring that back or not. So there was in SS1 there was you could build an architect's T-square, and it's and its original purpose, it was to add some sort of alternate activation. And at some point I figured out like, oh, this isn't necessary. I can just do this elsewhere. But then I was like, and then I came up with a new use for it was you could just equip it and whack plots with it, and it would make them choose a new building plan. So it just became kind of a goofy, fun thing to do. So if you're like, I don't like that design, you didn't have to go to any menus. You just smack it with the randomizer. So it was so there's fun uses you could do with weapons. Like it doesn't always have to be necessarily. It's kind of like all the tools you have in Minecraft. It's kind of, it can be fun to have those things and have your character actually doing them and having an impact on the code or whatever. Well, let's exploited DNA. That reminds me, what should we do when the light markers appear in a settlement, Vault 88, after applying a layout with Workshop Framework? They're supposed to hide when you exit Workshop mode, but let me see here if I can find the setting. It's going to be in mod config. Workshop Framework. And then, is it tools? I can't remember where this is. Apologies. Framework controls, maybe? Here it is. Workshop item options. So auto show invisible objects. If you turn that off, it should make it so they stop reappearing. But basically, they're designed that way so that way people who are actually building with those items can scrap them if they want to, or you can install the necessary mods and scrap them yourself if you don't like them in your plan. Oscar N171, thank you so much for the Bethesda Mod School. Could you or Neeher recommend where to go if I have a specific question about making quests in the CK? Is there a mod makers Discord? We actually have one. So if you go into our Sim Settlements forums and you poke around in there, if you poke around in the section about add-on packs and stuff, there's a breadcrumb trail you can follow to find a post. We intentionally hid it in there so that only people who are willing to read will find it. You can go request access to our developer Discord, and there's a lot of helpful people who know how to mod on that developer Discord. Let's see.
Yeah, you can get plenty of help over there. I found the best way is to just reverse engineer what Bethesda did in Fallout 4. If you have an idea of what you want to do with your quest, you can take an example from your knowledge of what's in Fallout 4 and then see how they did it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, reverse engineering stuff is definitely the way to go. And then, and like once you have the general knowledge, which you can pick up from something like Bethesda Mod School, it makes it a lot easier to reverse engineer stuff. Like if you just go in blind, you're like, how did they do it? It's hard to pick apart what exactly they did, and you'll end up duplicating a lot of nonsense. But yeah, once you get the basics down, in reverse engineering is a great way to go. Let's see. Oh, and our friend Loveface is back every episode. Comes in. I went ahead and reported already for pedophilia because that's what I felt. I was feeling violated. So that they're gone now. Pardon me. So, do you have any more weapon mods you're working on right now for your series where you were getting community input? So, for a while, you were doing a series of mods where you would ask people like to vote on what you were going to work on next. Are you still doing that series?
Yeah, there's 2 out right now that we've done. Right now I'm working on a revolver mod, and then after that would be another, I call it Build a Mod Workshop, where, you know, anyone in the community or whoever follows me on whatever sites can, you know, vote, you know, like through a whole list of weapon features, you know, like what kind of ammo does it use? Is it a rifle or is it a heavy gun? You know, is it a shotgun or whatever? And then we determine from there what kind of mod, what kind of gun it's going to be, and then there's always a second step of voting where we really iron out the details of what kind of gun it's going to be. So,
do you have any of those? Do you have any of those going right now? We could send people to vote, to just spam you with votes right now.
No, I don't have any right now. It's coming up soon enough, though.
Do you have the mod pages for the ones that have been released from that? Let me post them out so people can see them. For people who don't know about these yet. All right, while you're doing that, let's see. Chris Habe, how do you shut down the flying over your settlement? Can't find it at MCM. Let's see. I believe it is under. It's called cinematic mode. Let me find that for you while we're waiting for Neeher to give me those links. You probably already got them to me, and I'm slower than you. It should be under. Let's see. City building. Here you go. Cinematic mode. You would turn that off, and that is what puts you into that spiraling camera up in the air. If you don't like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some Neeher mods that have become from this Build a Mod Workshop. So this is something, go follow him on YouTube, and you can get involved with this, and he'll put out votes. And so this, like the Heavy Select Shotgun, this was one of the results of this. This is basically a Gatling shotgun. Very, very cool. So what were the choice when that came up? What were the choices between that ended up being that was the selection?
Well, if you scroll down, I posted the straw poll. Like,
oh, there we go. Here we go.
Voted for.
Yeah.
Thing was.
Okay. Cool.
So we had quite a good amount of votes, and it was kind of all over the place. But we just picked whatever is the top, you know, options that were voted for that don't conflict with each other. Go from there.
See how many you can get. How many of the features you can get in. Yeah, a lot of. It was a very, very even little vote there. Let's see. And then the other one was this guy. Was the Select Marksman rifle. Oh, I remember your video for this. That was really cool. Where you handed it to the player. I think it was. You had Xander hand it to the player. I love your little videos of that. I always wanted to steal that idea, but I never felt comfortable doing it because it was your idea of doing your patch note vids with a lip synced character. I never followed through because I'm like, no, that's Neeher's thing. I don't want to take that. But if you guys haven't seen his patch videos that he releases on his YouTube channel, let me find one. Let me find that one. Is that up on here? Is this one right here? On the page. Okay, this is so cool. I love this so much.
Hey
Watch
guys,
this.
It is finally time. This one took a long while to make, but without further ado, let's take a look at it. And here it is. It's a neat little rifle. Speaking of, it is pretty light. So yeah, come on over here, take a look. This is the base skin here. There are some to choose from. The wood and metal are actually separately customizable, so that was cool. But take a look at it for yourself. I guess I could have warned you before throwing a loaded firearm at you, but oh well. So yeah, take a look at that wood and the metals. As I said, you can change out the base wood and the metal color independently.
Oh, I'm sure there was, but I don't care. Really, it still looks awesome.
As for the weapon stuff, it has a very unique reloading system. It's honestly over the top, but I liked it, so I kept it that way. Those of you familiar with this channel already know how it reloads. The main goal here was to not have it be another hunting rifle, despite what you all voted for. That's right. For those of you who aren't aware, this is the second weapon the community voted for. I'm sure we'll do more in the future. I announced them here and on Facebook.
Select rapid.
So stay
machine gun.
tuned for when the next one happens. But for now, I'm gonna head out.
That one was good. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the video.
But,
so even without going into the, I love those videos. You do a whole bunch of those. So if you haven't seen Neeher's channel, he'll do update videos, and they're always and that is Xander, right? That's the character from a lot of your quest mods. Yeah. So that character always does like the lip synced patch notes, which that is so cool. And you don't have nearly enough enough subscribers on your channel. But yeah, those are awesome. You do those, and that one was incredible with because it looks like you did some mocap work with it. You did a bunch of hand animation with the first person. Like probably put nearly as much effort into that video as you did the weapon. It was so cool to see. I really appreciate those.
It's always worth it. I like it. A lot of fun to make.
Uh-oh, we got another love face. Get out of here. Report. We'll go with hate speech this time. Bye-bye. All right, remove this person. Remove. There's so many of these. Hey. Okay, yeah, so that definitely go check out Neeher's channel if you want to see some more cool stuff like that. It does tons of weapon mods. And I don't even care what your patch videos are. As soon as I see Xander in the thumbnail, like, I'm watching that just because I'm curious what you're going to do next.
Yeah, or like the vlog one was a really good one. That was a while ago. I haven't made a video in a bit because I do videos for releases pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's just so much time in between releases, especially with this one I have, the revolver I mentioned, because I don't know if you saw, but I accidentally destroyed the entire plugin for it and have to redo it from scratch.
I did see you say that. That's brutal. Oh, that sucks so much. I was worried about that with SS2 at one point. I thought I effed up the plugin. There was a point during Chapter 2 development, and poor Sag and Andy Cowdy had to deal with the brunt of this fail. We tried to do so in the dev cycle when I'm doing our systems. I am always like our code is always, the goal is to keep all of that in the SS2 ESM so that one day when we finish all this dev, I can do a framework only edition where it's like all of the quest content's gutted, all of the extra bits and pieces that you don't need to just play the gameplay loop, like without the quests. So I've been trying to keep it all in SS2. It also makes it easier for add-on pack authors because then they only need to parent to one plugin instead of 2 or 3 when we do the chapters. And the problem with that is then I have to just jump through a lot of hoops to get certain things working, to have the code all the forms stuck in ss2.esm. And there was one point where I went to like do the final merge of like taking all the stuff I'd been keeping in alpha of those systems and be like, okay, well now these alpha systems need to get plugged into the main ESM. And like something went horribly wrong with the merge. It broke a whole bunch. It broke like all the CPD quests, some of the Conquered quests, and the CPD really took the brunt of it, which is why when people started posting bug reports at launch of CPD, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad about this. Like, because I knew that SAG and Andy Cowdy had like just their work got just destroyed during that merge. And they were the only ones. Almost everybody else's was fine. I lost a couple of controller quests, but it wasn't the end of the world because they weren't, you know how quests are. They're so finicky and so hard to get working. And then like my controller stuff is like just fill in script properties. It's not hard. So, but during that I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to rebuild the ESM? Is it that borked? It's so terrifying when that happens. Even on a smaller mod, it's still just because it's just irritating to have to redo all that work. So did you?
Oh yeah. Like the mod was basically done. It was just about done. I just hadn't made like quest animation stuff I wanted to do. But luckily, like I had there's a quest involved in getting the revolver, and I get a voice actor, and so I had actually written out all the dialogue, thankfully, on a document, so I don't have to redo all that. So
yeah.
Right now the gun is fully functional again. I just have to do all the quest stuff again, so not too bad.
Not too bad. That's good. So is that something that you're enjoying, doing the pull-based weapons? Is that something you're going to continue for a while?
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's a lot of fun. Like those weapons are it's for like what does the community want from as a weapon for Fallout 4 instead
Right.
of whatever I feel like making. In between, I'm doing whatever I feel like making, of course.
Yeah.
That's fun. But making stuff that the community voted for is also a lot of fun.
Now, the
think-
weapons you're making, like those, like the first weapon, the shotgun, like that's not a real thing, right? It's not based on anything at all. That's just like a totally made up thing.
Yeah.
So
I
the
just made that
second
up as
one
it
looks
went.
like it might have been some old school gun, but I don't know. I'm not a firearms guy. The second one, is that based on anything real, or is that just totally made up? You're just like, yeah, well, this can
That
work
one,
as
yeah.
the
Also-
barrel, this can work as that, etc.
Entirely made up. I remember on the poll, most of the things they voted for was just hunting rifle, basically.
Okay.
Luckily, I had. Let me see if I have it. Oh yeah. I had one option that they could vote for was make it have moving parts of some kind.
Okay.
So luckily, I was able to use that to make it much more unique than just another hunting rifle.
Right.
Because everything else was just bolt action, uses 30-08 and small mag, singular projectile, looks like a classic Fallout weapon.
Right.
So that was like, all right, so that's screaming hunting rifle, except I need to make it not a hunting rifle. So I know on this next one, I'm going to be getting rid of the, what's it called? Conventional ammo option, because so far both options have been conventional ammo. I want the community to pick more of like an energy weapon or something,
Okay.
Something much more than just it shoots bullets.
Right. Well, the energy ones definitely seem to like open up the door for getting real creative and like really embracing the art style of Fallout, like because they the retro future just screams the like. I love the art style for the plasma and laser weapons.
Yeah,
they're really, really cool. So yeah, a lot of stuff you can do with those. So are you one who prefers the custom design stuff to the replicating real firearms?
Oh yeah. I don't like any real world weapons in my Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that too. I actually like that Fallout just made like Bethesda decided to just make up their own assault rifle. Like this isn't real at all. This is just like this is
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I remember in Fallout 76 they literally just put an MG42 in there, called it the light machine gun.
Yeah.
And like the old classic Fallouts, those have real guns in them.
Right.
New Vegas had a 1911 in it. So there's some things they have fun with. They add real world, or maybe like a slight difference from a real world gun. But
yeah.
I definitely prefer the fake stuff, like the 10mm pistol is and the assault rifle is another classic example of it's Fallout.
Right. I think I like the fake Fallout stuff because then I don't have any pre expectations about what it should do. Like I think there's a lot of people who really like the realistic firearms. I feel like you get a whole bunch of those guns and it's like, what is the difference between them? Like I love your polls for the I was like, should it be pump action? Should it be should it have a rotating barrel? Like the stuff about like some of that is going to be aesthetic, is like just because it looks cool. But some of it should just be like, does it serve a function of like, okay, we need a short range pistol or a long range was like. To me, a lot of those modern firearms that they put in, especially when you consider the customization options in Fallout 4, it's like they're all the same. What's the difference between all these different guns other than it's just the look of them? Like I see all the different realistic, Call of Duty style modern warfare guns that are available to Fallout 4. And it's like, well, theoretically, you should be able to customize every one of them to do the exact same thing. And then it's just like a different art style. Whereas when it comes to the more unique art that the Bethesda brings in, it's just like each one has a very distinct role, and then it has a lot of flavor to it, as opposed to like where all the modern ones they all just shoot bullets and they all have roughly the same special effects to them. So I find them all boring.
Yeah, exactly. When making the guns, I like to have it, generally have some sort of weird reload or something. Like they have this like shotgun, it like breaks open from the middle, and you put in this huge, thing of shotgun shells, and
yeah,
the select marksman rifle reloads in the most ridiculous and ineffective way possible, but it looks really cool, and it somehow just works with Fallout. So
yeah.
It's always
Yeah,
fun.
I can appreciate that. Well, that'll be interesting to see then. So after your Revolver, hoping to go into something a little more sci-fi then in your next round. Because you said you want to you're going to take away the voting options for traditional ammunition.
Yeah, because otherwise they'll probably make another hunting rifle.
Another hunting rifle. A lot of people dig their hunting rifles. I tend to always use them too. I get it. I just want to be able to snipe people because these really, what Bethesda's mastered is the stealth sniper video game. Like that's the best. Yeah. That's the best build in Skyrim. It's basically the best way to play Fallout 4 too, where you can get access to all the best stuff in the game and not have to. You don't have to invest anything in survival perks because you just kill everything before it can see you. All right, let's see here. XV versus question for Neeher. Is he interested in Starfield, wanting to mod Starfield someday? What are your thoughts on Starfield? You hyped for it? You're not indifferent? Cautious? Because
I'd like to play some Starfield. I'm not super excited for it, but I'm definitely going to play it. I definitely want to mod it as well. I'm just concerned about the modability of the game in terms of weapons and animation, because with Fallout 4 we got access to Havoc, the Havoc engine, content tools before Microsoft bought it, bought Havoc and kind of closed the door on anything Havoc related. So Fallout 4 kind of feels like the last way you can mod guns with custom animations into the game.
So I would bet you have two things in your favor here. One is they talked about in interviews, I've heard them talk about that the animation system has been totally overhauled for Creation Engine 2. So then maybe that changes things. Second is Microsoft owns Bethesda now, so now that whole licensing issue kind of goes out the window, right? That was one of the problems with Havoc, is they couldn't even the tools that they did include were imperfect. They had to they're like weird hacky tools. Like, have you ever looked at like half of the screens and stuff, like their titles are in Chinese? Like, it's like they clearly they outsourced the creation of that plugin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's definitely not full featured. So I think we're gonna get better tools is what's gonna happen for Starfield and beyond. It's the timeline is what's gonna be interesting to see, because you've got now with the expectation of everybody to sell us microtransactions, like obviously 76, proving that point, that they're gonna put themselves in direct competition with their user base to give out the mod tools right away. So it almost feels like it's going to be a thing where now we see it happening, 3 to 5 years after the game's out, as opposed to a year later. So then, and even Fallout 4, most people felt the mod tools came out way later from what they were used to from Bethesda. I can only see that
6 months.
Yeah, I can see that. I see that timeline taking even longer going forward. Like, they're going to want to milk the microtransactions for as long as possible before they send it out into the world. Like, we haven't heard a peep about Fallout 76 modding, even though they've talked about it since before it released.
I know it's an option, but
but it's the types of modding you can do for it are pretty slim, because you don't have actual server access. So it's you can mod UI stuff, you can mod textures, and you can mod local models, but you can't really do a whole lot as far as you're never putting a new gun into 76. Well, in the current state.
I tried once.
Already tried.
I tried to replace the 44 with, I think one of my own, the stout pistol I made a long time ago, just to see how it works. And technically it did load it, but it was really bad. I remember hopping in. I was like, wait, I don't even have a 44. I have to go find one. So I had to go find one, and then I finally got it.
You can't just console command it in for yourself.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was just totally broken, and animations didn't work, because I guess they use a newer version of Havoc for 76. So our Havoc doesn't. You can't. Doesn't work with 76 at all.
Sure.
That's what got me kind of concerned about Starfield modability.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
I'm
not worried. I think they're going to give us more tools, because look at the difference in what we can do with Fallout 4 versus what we can do with Skyrim out of the box. Like, obviously Skyrim's got a bigger modding community, so you can do more when you factor in the script extender, but I feel like we can do way more in Fallout 4
yeah.
than we can in Skyrim. I think they keep
Well,
expanding what you can do each game.
Well, yeah.
So we'll see it. But I would
That's
say
true.
timelines to me are my concern with Starfield, of like if the microtransaction direction of every game is to show anything. I don't see them giving us access to the tools right away.
Yeah.
So.
Either way, I'd love to make stuff for Starfield. Of course, Fallout is my favorite thing to work on.
Yeah, I'm a Fallout junkie. I've loved this franchise forever.
Yep.
But the stuff that's got me hyped about and excited about Starfield is the fact that it's got some Star Wars vibes to it. Like they've got their planet. They just posted some details on today on their Twitter feed that's got some Tatooine vibes, which I'm like, okay, I'm in on that. Like obviously everybody loves Tatooine. That's why they keep making all these Disney Plus shows there, and like every movie ends up back there because like Tatooine's the coolest place ever in sci-fi. So that's the so yeah, that one gives me hopes, but yeah, we'll see. So let's see some more questions here. Discmaster, at some point, King Gath, I'm going to have to ask you about your dev flow. Ask away. I don't know how much I'll tell you or what you mean by that, but let's see. Chris Habe, are you guys doing a main menu theme for Sims Elements 2? Not currently planned. We've started talking about doing a, for end of chapter, I don't know if we're going to do this or not, but doing like a Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas style ending slide thing where like after our mod's over, the main story's over, you get like some like a little slideshow to show you like what's, you know, what happened after the fact. Like, because we can't take our stories infinite, but it would be cool to see, you know, like what, you know, so you can at least have the imagination of what happens to this character after I shut my playthrough down. So some of that we've talked about, but a main menu theme, no, I haven't really talked about that. But I guess we're getting enough content where it would be feasible. What's that?
The big files are huge.
Yeah, it would have to be. I mean, it would definitely be a SS2 extended feature.
Thing.
Yeah. We would not make it part of the core mod. Even that thing, like the ending slideshow thing, like it would just have to be a SS2 extended feature. That's one thing. SS2 extended, I think, after the next update we do to it, is going to become part of the primary download on Nexus, because I think a ton of people aren't using it yet and they're missing out on a ton of content. And it's going to get more and more like that. So like Xbox players are always going to have a little bit less of SS2 content, and then like when we get to chapter 3 and we're trying to cram as minimal stuff as we can to make sure they can fit all 3 chapters on that little 2 gig limit, it's going to be the divide is going to get even greater. So PC is the way to go for the Sims Elements experience, even without cool stuff like a main menu replacer. I guess I can see the draw of that, because we do have enough content now where it can feel like your entire playthrough can just be SS2, especially quest content now, that you could totally ignore the vanilla game and not feel like you're getting shorted on a playthrough at all. Well, let's see here.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's getting huge, yeah. And then if we finish off everything we want for chapter 3, I think our story is legit going to be longer, even without any side content, legit longer than the main quest line of Fallout 4. Let's see. Oscar N1N7. Sounds like there's no need to worry about the FO4 modding community moving on when Starfield is released. I mean, it will happen to some extent. There's always gonna there's a core community of modders that stick around to every Bethesda game for a very long time. I mean, there's still people modding Morrowind today. And then there's a core community of players that stick around. But they are both very small in numbers, relatively speaking. And then, like, you know, one of the things so I don't know if you're talking about modding community as in the modders, or the modding community as the players who mod their games with it. If you're talking about the player community, I mean, it's going to just keep dwindling with every new Bethesda game that comes out, because it's hard to keep coming back to, like, you know, you go back and play Fallout 3 right now, you'll start missing all the things that the huge quality of life improvements, or like the gunplay improvement that you get from Fallout 4. And there's certain things like story stuff where you just, you know, for the nostalgia purposes, you can't, you know, like, it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna, I really just want to relive that moment, and you'll still get that. But as far as like trying to create a long playthrough and stuff, it's hard to go back and deal with some of the jank of some of the older games when you know it's been fixed. And then some of the, like, the graphics, I feel like the graphics we're coming to a head there, where it's like, I think every game company now has learned to kind of pick an art direction where it can kind of exist timelessly. To where, like, even though it's not perfect, I still feel like, you know, I come back to Fallout 4 after playing something a little more modern, with, you know, high-end stuff. And I don't feel like it's the end of the world. I don't feel like, oh, this is so unwatchable, I can't look at this. I think we're getting to a point where that's not as important anymore. So I never worried about the graphical quality of Bethesda games as far as pulling people back. But there's the gameplay improvements. It's hard not to have those forever. Like gunplay, especially with Fallout, it's hard to give up. And I imagine Starfield's going to do the same thing. It's going to introduce some like crazy good improvements to the general gameplay loop, where it's just going to be like, oh, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back and not have this anymore.
Yeah, and you know, it's not like Bethesda's pumping out games all the time, you know.
Right. That's the other reason.
Starfield comes out, Fallout 4 will be 7 years old. That's 7 years of modding.
Right.
It's no short amount of time at all. That's pretty incredible. It's like a good run, but you know, it's still not even over after that.
Right. Oh yeah, people will be modding and playing it for a long time after that. Even after Fallout 5 comes out, there'll still be some group of people who are just like, no, this was the best. This was the pinnacle. And I think especially it happens, I think for a lot of people who play the older games, it's because that was their first one and they just like, they can't let it go. So like for a lot of people who Fallout 4 was their first Fallout experience, it might be hard to top, or it might be like, well, in the same way we talk about, you know, going on to another game engine, and it being like, okay, I got all these new features, and the same can be said for all the mods that have been built up. It's like, how many years will it take for the next Fallout to have, you know, all of the content that Fallout 4 has, or like how many more years is it going to be before Fallout 4 has as deep a mod pool as New Vegas has, etc. And then it's going to be like, so there's some number of players who are like, oh, I just don't want to give up all that cool stuff that I built up. Or what I've talked about with the mod players is a lot of them who go hardcore with it, and we've got some in our community who spend so much time curating this perfect list and coming up with all these patches that they've created their own game effectively out of all these mods. And then it's like, well, abandoning that is the same as like me abandoning some settlements tomorrow. It's just not going to happen because there's so much love and effort put into it. It's not going to happen. So I think there will always be a pretty healthy community. But with the amount of hours that a lot of us are plugging into creating mods, especially on some settlements team, like we go crazy with this, is that we kind of want this is in front of as many eyeballs as possible. And so like we definitely will move on at some point.
Yeah. It'll happen eventually.
It will happen eventually, indeed. Let's see. Chris RB, are you guys doing oh, that's the one I just read. I had it highlighted so I didn't lose my place. And then I just read it again. Let's see. Liz Starwalker. Special characters are not self-assigning nor obey to assigned plot, or all unassigned after quest finished. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I would have to get specifics on it. I know I've heard a lot of people talk about how Codsworth doesn't stay assigned to things. Best spot to post stuff like that is going to be on the forums at somesettlements.com, because there's so many things at play. Like, there's, you know, what else is in your load order, which character you're talking about, what quest are you talking about. There's so many things at play. It would take a long time to go back and forth and sort that out. But all I can say is that right now I have tons of unique characters assigned to plots, and they are still assigned to them today. So I know it's possible, but there's so many variables in the Bethesda game. It's hard to say that it's not something we can fix, or it is. So best place, go to the forums, post your load order, describe your problem. Hopefully somebody else will have seen it and they can help you through it if they've got a fix, or the combined reports can help us find the pattern, so I can see, you know, if it's something wrong that I can fix, then I can fix it. Let's see. Carvac, how many hours in Fallout 4 do you have? I'm getting close to 6K. Wow. I have no idea. Do you? Well, how do I check that? This is the Steam, right?
Steam, yeah. Go to the
Steam,
the game.
And then,
let's see where I'm
at. Yeah, where are you at? Let's see. Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
3,100 hours on this computer and with this account. And I have a second Steam account, and I played on Xbox, so I'm probably around 6K hours too. But it's not all active playtime. Like, sometimes I'll leave the game running overnight because I had was testing something or whatever. So I don't consider that 100% accurate, but it's pretty close. I'm definitely in the thousands of hours in Fallout 4. What's yours looking like, Neeher?
I'm at 1,400.
That's reasonable.
I don't really leave the game running, so. I know. And for like mod testing, I hop in straight to the debug range, and then when I'm done, I just Alt F4 and I'm out. So
sure. I think well, Carvac, you're a huge city planner. I think people who do a lot of building, I think probably have the most time in this game, no question about it. I've gone through bouts of the game where I get crazy with building. I was getting really into it in my when I was doing the Let's Play series, is because like I was building some on camera and then I just couldn't stop and I would keep going afterward. But lately I don't have time for it, so I'm putting in less and less hours. Most of those are probably front-loaded hours of that, like just on this account, those 3,100 hours. I would say probably 2,000 of them are from pre-SS2, because I was playing a lot more then. All right, I think I'm finally caught up to the questions. Fantastic. So Neeher, with Chapter 3 stuff, I'm trying to think of what we can talk about without spoiling too much. I know you said you want to do pepper in some more of that kind of mocap stuff to enhance things. Is there anything else you're really looking forward to working on that you can talk about? Or I know it's hard. It's a hard one to say because I'm kind of the one who determines whether you can talk about it or not. I know you're doing another weapon. And I think this one's going to do some damage. It's not going to just be utility. So that's exciting.
We can talk about that one. Okay. Yeah, I'll just say that's my favorite thing I'm working on right now.
Awesome.
In fact, I was working on it earlier today.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think that's going to add a lot to the effect we're going for it.
Finished a lot of the modeling, and I'm getting close to the texturing phase, so we can
fantastic.
Check it out in the dev chat.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be really sweet. Are you of the stuff that we've talked about so far? Is there, as far so like I guess you do the hand animated first person, you do the mocap stuff, you do some modeling and whatnot. Now I know you said that you get the most experience on our project doing the animation stuff. Is of those three, is there something you're looking to kind of up your game on the most? Like, is it always the animation? Like, is that where you want to be up in your game?
Yeah, that's the number one thing I want to work on the most is the animation, particularly hand-keyed animation, because the mocap is a shortcut pretty much, particularly for the third person, longer stuff or
right,
the scenes or whatever. But like, when we're doing the Jake again, we just need like a quick reaction or realistic animation for whatever he's saying. I do those by hand, and that's where I like to get more experience in, because it's not time consuming. It's not even that hard. It's just doing it more and more and getting better and better at it.
Right. And what do you use reference footage when you do that? Do you like record yourself or anything? Like, what is your? Because I would think the benefit to mocap is not only is a shortcut, but it also gives you kind of get the reference footage and the actual animation in one shot. Because I think that's one of the things, as my own experience as trying to be an artist when I was younger.
Did you just trip and die?
Don't mind that settler. That settler's been problematic on this in my playthrough forever. They have a permanent radiation poisoning that keeps lowering their health, and they recover. I think it comes from from the plot. I think that plot building over there has a radiation pool on it, and it has somehow permanently infected that one settler. I don't know why it happens, because it's just normal radiation water, and you never see that happening elsewhere. But anyway, now I lost my train of thought. We were going with the question line. I guess with one of the things I struggled with when I was trying to be an artist when I was younger, and talking to other artists seems like this is a common thing, is you start to feel like using reference materials is cheating, and that it makes you less of an artist. But I think it's actually what makes people better artists is when they embrace reference material and be like, no, like emulating life is what makes it feel good and correct. Do you do that a lot when you're doing those hand animations? Do you find reference material? Do you record yourself? Like, what's your process for getting to something like that? Like just talking about that simple Jake thing and throwing his hands in the air. Like, or do you just kind of make it up as you go, and you're just taking that skeleton and making them do things, and you're like, that looks decent enough?
Yeah, it's the same thing as like when modeling the weapons, let's see, like the weapon I'm working on right now, it's I made it up as I go, and I chop out things I don't like, redo it, touch it up and then come back to it or whatever. It obviously better if I had like some sort of concept art to go off of, but I really enjoy just just going to town, letting my mind just come up with it and then creating it. Of course, we have a concept artist on our team, Cynical Bounce. She's awesome. She actually did help with that gun.
Oh, cool.
So I did get her help for some design ideas that we incorporated, but not on all. Most of my guns are made up. Some aren't. For example, the revolver I mentioned, that's a remake of like a sort of Fallout-ized the Hellboy revolver, the Good Samaritan from Hellboy.
Nice.
And then the Select Rapid Machine Gun, that's based off the R99 in Apex Legends, or the R97 in Titanfall.
And then this camera I'm holding is based on the Pro Snap from 76, right? Which is probably based off of a real... It feels like a very real camera. Like, I feel like I've seen this.
No, yeah, that I did... because I was like, I don't have a vintage camera. I don't know anything about vintage cameras. I'm not a photographer at all, so I did look up reference material for that. I just found like a good Fallout-looking camera online, and it generally looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
They did take some design liberties, but I remember having to look up what it looks like on the inside when you pull the flap open to get to the film.
Yeah, it came out good.
Yeah.
It came out good. Well, I guess I was just curious how much of that you just kind of freestyle it versus use reference material, because this is like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you have this weird implicit feeling of like, I'm cheating if I use too much reference material, or do you not care about that at all? You're just like, sometimes I want to use it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, it's more like sometimes I do it, but sometimes I don't. And when it comes to animation, I've never looked at any reference material except for Cynical Bounce's concept art of how the Jake scene goes.
Right, because we
I
had
really
that.
liked how she did that, and I was like, all right, I'm incorporating that entirely. And I let her know about it, and she was happy to see that.
Yeah, it was like almost like semi-stick figures, like showing the stage-by-stage motion.
Yeah, like flipping the gun, and then, Jake getting out of the chair, walking forward a bit, almost tripping and balancing and catching himself,
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool
It was a lot better than if I were to just come up with something.
Sure. But then you're not using references of like someone actually doing those things. It was either...
for Jake, it's like, how would I react? How would I say, if I were to say that line like that?
Right.
What would I be doing? I didn't want to like punch the air, or I don't want to like stomp my feet. No, I would just put my hands on my head and kind of like, you know?
Yeah. No, that one worked out really good. I'm just the whole artist thing of like reference material or not, and then the animation is such a strange concept to me. Like, I remember I know how to do basic animation in 3ds Max because I learned it ages ago, and somehow the stuff is the same, but I never got good at it. And I could see like that the people who were doing way better, it was like, oh, they're actually emulating life instead of just trying to force it out of the out of just like looking at stuff. But then I think some of that is the more experience you get with it, then you don't need reference material as much, because you just start to learn things like, oh, if you ease in here, it feels more natural, or when people do this, you're always going to have a little subtle movement on these extremities, and things like that. It just comes with experience. It's not like, I don't need to go look to the creation kit papyrus reference material every time I write a script now, because I just know a lot of it. So I'm sure a lot of that comes with animation. But I don't know how long you've been animating, because from what I recall of us talking on the podcast ages ago, you kind of picked this all up with Fallout 4. Is that correct? Is that what I remember?
Yeah. Let's see. Stout Pistol is the first thing I ever modeled, and it was the first thing I ever textured, and that was in 2019. So that was early 2019. So
not that long.
Yeah.
So learning quick, and getting better and better with each one. I'm really excited to see what you end up adding to Chapter 3, because I think I've mentioned this the last podcast. The team's really coming. We're getting into our stride now. We're kind of getting good at working together. Everybody's learning their craft better and better, and the tools are no longer an obstacle, right? Like, it's like we know what Fallout can do, and we can kind of make it do the thing.
Yeah, we know its limitations and how to just fake it and get around it.
Right. All right, let me check. I got a couple more questions, and then I think we're going to wrap it up for the night because it is past midnight. For me, I'm sure you got plenty of time left in uni here, but
it's only 10 p.m. here.
Yeah, you got lots of time left in your life for the night. Let's see. Riley Fisk, is this new? I just started a new playthrough, and when Jake first appeared, 3 settlers spawned. So that's part of the vanilla system of when you build a radio recruitment beacon and turn it on, you have a chance to get randomly 1 and 3 settlers. That's part of the base game. Let's see. Chris Hobie, is this manual build or auto build? My Sanctuary, this is manual. This is just me haphazardly throwing down plots. It's nothing special. Looks like we got another Love Face is back. That's exciting. See, Carvok, talking about artists feeling they must create on their own and how this thinking is a handicap. Did I miss something there? I like this question a lot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think... for a lot of artists I've talked to, I'll feel the same way, and I feel like it's a breakthrough when you get past that. Let's see here. Chris Hobie, is Sanctuary and manual or auto build? Okay, same question. Okay, cool. Well, Neeher, thank you for joining us. I hope you get many more followers on your YouTube channel, because even if just to watch your release videos is so cool, but you're creating really cool content even beyond SS2. So go download Neeher's mods. Follow him on YouTube, please. Thanks for making the time to come on and chat with me tonight, because I think people have heard enough of my story. I need to hear more of other people's on the team, because you are making SS2. We're teetering on AAA quality as far as at the 2015 level. Like we're not competing with any modern Call of Duty or anything, but I think we're getting there. We're matching the quality of the game that we're building in now, which is really incredible. And a lot of your work is getting us there. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun talking.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you everybody for donating like crazy, especially Mr. TV. I was trying to find the dog username because I was going to call him both. So it's Dinosaur Patrick. Thank you so much for all those donations. It was TV Tantrum. That was the first username. But yeah, thank you everybody who's been donating tonight. Really, really appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys next Wednesday. We'll continue to have guests for the foreseeable future. But all right, everybody, take care, and I'll catch you in a week.